3 games as we get set to watch him. 1 of 24 against the curveball with 17 strikeouts. Against the Cardinals, the curveball was hit 5 times, 4 hits. And that is what allows Valdez to be so good, along with that sinker to keep the ball on the ground and keep the infield active. That's the starting lineup for San Diego. As a team, their batting average first in baseball. They are top 5 in slugging and OPS. They are formidable. They're also without Jake Cronenworth, who's dealing with a rib fracture. I spoke to him before the game. He's hoping within the next couple of weeks he's back. And there's no Jackson Merrill either. He's dealing with a hamstring issue. Let's talk about Framber Valdez, because when he's right, we've seen it in the postseason before. We've seen it throughout the last couple of years. He is filthy.
Well, he really is. I mean, just a ground ball machine. And usually when you see guys that throw sinkers, the slider usually goes with the sinker. But
right.
He's sort of a unicorn in that he's a sinker, big hook curveball guy. And really, when you talk about that sinker, it's really about command. 2024 on the left side, you can see he can get it to the glove side very consistently, and that's hard to hit there. But this year, not so good. You can see him missing to the arm side quite a bit. The overall command of that sinker's been a little bit off so far this year. That won't last. When he gets that back, he's going to get back to the dominant performances we're used to seeing from him.
And he obviously has seen the sinker sail on him to his arm side. What do you do to correct it?
A lot of it is body control. You know, that's right down, you know, what Ruben on the San Diego side was talking about. Controlling your body. Comes down to mechanical issues, staying sideways longer. For a pitcher, anytime you fly open a little bit, that's when you're going to miss arm side. So really, it's about just staying closed longer, staying sideways to home plate longer.
Kinesiology.
Kinesiology all the way. Body control. Every pitcher struggles with it, so do hitters for that matter.
Well, this guy has had no struggles at all this season. Fernando Tatis, incredible .351 batting average. He has reached safely in all 20 games that the Padres have played. He hits it really hard, and he has, at least to this point, stayed away from chasing balls that are out of the strike zone. Ready to start Sunday night baseball. Astros Padres. That is a great example of the discipline of Fernando Tatis and the difference between this year and perhaps years past. Ball missed by a couple of inches. It's 1-0. That's a good sign. It's just what you talked about.
Just stay in there a little longer, a fraction of a second longer.
So behind Framber, pressure, Isaac Paredes, the third baseman, Pena, the shortstop, Mauricio Dubon's at second, Christian Walker is at first on a 1-1.
And they're going to get a lot of activity in that infield. You know it when Framber Valdez is on the mound. A lot of balls hit on the ground.
And partly because of that, in an effort to keep Altuve off his feet, Jose Altuve, who is the left fielder, is not playing in left. It's Yordan Alvarez out there with Jake Myers and Cam Smith in center and right. Missed with a changeup away. Can't get him to chase, and we're even at 2-2. Pretty much has alternated between really good starts against the Mets in Seattle and not so good against San Francisco and the Cardinals. Can't land the curveball.
Another 3-ball count.
Yes, a lot of
Framber Valdez was 20% of his at-bats this year has ended up with a 3-ball count.
Yeah, how high is that number?
That is #1 in the big league so far this year.
Yeah.
A lot of deep counts, a lot of 3-ball counts.
Means a lot of pitches and a lot of pressure on a bullpen. This is when Dad says, do you think you're a good hitter? And you say yes. And then you show what you've done in 24 and now in 25. You maybe call him up and say, yeah, maybe you were right. Maybe it wasn't so great yet.
And he's got the ability to run.
Yep.
And all he has to do is put it in play and let his legs put pressure on defenses.
7th pitch. And that is a Tatis walk, which sets up an opportunity to Eduardo's point to run And Valdez has been fairly easy to run against, so we'll see if the Padres early on get something moving here.
And this is why it works for Mike Shilton, San Diego Padres. Now you have a more patient Tatis up, work the count, and now you have a back control coming in and batting champ. Not once, not twice.
Arise, there's a bunt to the first baseman. Walker flips, and look out, a collision between Arise, who's down, and Mauricio Dubon. Arise went down in a heap, and Mauricio Dubon is right there to make sure that he's okay. But it was awkward, and it didn't look good at all the way Arise went down.
Just a nightmare of a play when you see that convergence, either the pitcher covering or second baseman covering in this case.
Yeah, the momentum of Dubon not being able to stop right at the bag, had to hustle.
Mike Shilton, the manager, ran out there very quickly. Saw one of the aides go to the walkie-talkie. And they're opening up the gate down the right field line, which would indicate that they're going to bring a vehicle on to help move Luis Arise. He bunted it down the first baseline. Walker got it and almost in slow motion kind of pitched it to the first base bag, where Dubon, the second baseman, arrived at the same time as Arise. Take a look at a couple of replays in real speed.
Watch that left shoulder of Dubon as soon as they made contact.
We have seen a number of football injuries in which a player appears to lose consciousness. The way that Arise went down and rolled over, that certainly seemed to be of a great concern for the Padres and their training staff. You can see his left leg moving, which is good, and both his arms have come off the ground, but obviously a massive amount of concern here. Arise is a 28-year-old. As Eduardo mentioned, a three-time batting champion. He got off to a start this season in which he was 0 for 13 to start, and then all of a sudden he's gotten back to that incredible hitter that we all know about. He's got his average up to nearly 300, and right now none of that is of concern. Just the health and well-being of Luis Arise.
Concern right there with the jaw of Luis Arise.
Dubon prepared himself for contact. He could see and knew where he was going. And watch that left forearm of his right there underneath the chin and into the left cheekbone of Arise, and his head does hit that ground with some pretty good pace on it. Right there is where you're most concerned.
Such an unusual play. The second baseman covering first on that bunt. You know, but they both see it coming. Ideally, one of them could slide. We've seen runners slide into first, or the second baseman covering can slide, but it happened so quickly.
Yeah, in the replay, oftentimes you'll see the second baseman try to stop and act like a first baseman. In this case, the ball that was tossed to him by Walker brought him right into and then on the other side of first base. That was where the preventable part seemed to be not preventable.
I will say this, defensively, the Astros played it as designed. The communication was there. You could hear it in real time. It's just unfortunate right there with the collision. Momentum of Dubon taking him straight over the bag.
And Arise, such great hustle down the line too. Full speed.
And it's a play when you have Framber Valdez on the mound that you want to be able to make him move off that mound as well. Make him work.
They will stabilize the head and neck area. You can see the concern on Framber. And they will move him onto the orange stretcher with the help of all the medical professionals. If you're just tuning into Sunday Night Baseball, you're watching as Luis Arise, the designated hitter of the San Diego Padres, is being helped onto a stretcher to eventually be taken off the field. He was the batter, laid down a drag bunt to first, which was fielded by the first baseman Christian Walker, who flipped to his second baseman Mauricio Dubon. And Dubon and Arise had a huge collision at the bag, in which it appeared as if the shoulder elbow of Dubon made direct contact with the neck and head of Arise. That's Dubon right there, and Yuli Gurriel and others, like the rest of us, is tremendously concerned about the player on the field.
I make my rounds during spring training, and when I was in Arizona and visited the San Diego Padres, this is as tight knit as a team unit. They spent a lot of time not only on the field, obviously, but off the field as well.
Buster, of course, is down there, and as soon as there's information available about his condition, as you see the manager Mike Schilt communicating with Arise.
Yeah, Carl, I'm here next to the Padres dugout. As they're watching this, they are just absolute silence until he was lifted up on the board. Some of them were clapping. Before the game, I was talking with Jose Altuve about Luis Arise, and he was talking about what a great hitter he is, and someone he loves to watch play. Somebody he has a lot of respect for. So the reaction, I think, reflects how players really feel about Luis Arise.
For sure. Such an integral part of this team, personality-wise, as well as what he does on the field. It was a real difficult thing to watch, and will now last for Dubon and the rest of these players until you get some hopefully really good and encouraging news about his condition. I believe it looked like, was that him who just kind of put his thumb up in the air, which is an encouraging sign. Yeah, and he's shaken because those that know Dubon know that at its core he's as sincere a player as you'll find on the baseball field, regardless of the team he's playing on. And he would no doubtedly feel terrible about what just happened, even though no fault of his own.
You know, both players just playing the game hard.
Yeah.
Extreme hustle. Great job by the Houston staff here, medical staff, to get the cart out on the field in a hurry.
Moments like this, the reality for the player sets in, just how quickly something can be taken away from you. As Tatis is crouched on second base. And you're right, Eddie. That's the one thing that Mike Shildt, and we've seen the Padres a handful of times already this season, is just how close-knit this group was. Buster did that interview with Manny Machado before the game, and it was really about last season and what the postseason meant to this team. And I believe it was Shildt who told us it was a loss that got them going, and then the Dodger series where they felt like they had to be brought together because of the crowd and the atmosphere they were playing in, and they really got them together. And since then, that's what this team has been. So Arise will be tended to. Buster will absolutely get us as much information as quickly as we can get it to you at home. Concerned for Arise for sure. It's about an 11-minute delay in which they attended to him. And now we try to play baseball again with Manny Machado up and one man down.
And Framber's right on this one. Getting back to the game right here, you got to keep an eye on Fernando Tatis Jr. at second base, because wouldn't be surprised, everybody in shock. That pitch right there sends a message to Machado and everyone else in that dugout. Can you throw that breaking pitch for a strike? Can you throw the curveball for a strike? The answer was yes.
Inside, and it's going to be a while, it feels like, until there's any energy in this ballpark after what people just saw. It'll slap you in the face to see something like that and wake you up and make you think. 1 ball, 1 strike to Manny Machado. We're in the first. 1-2 as he nails the sinker on the inside corner. Manny off to a good start, hitting over 300. He's got 10 RBIs, 2 home runs, and he too has stolen 6 bases. So the legs so far very strong.
Come out, come out, come out.
Nine doubles on the year for Machado. He's walked 8 times. He's got a 2-2 count, and he pulls one foul down the left field.
What speed does at second base, it's Framber is keeping a close eye on Tatis. At second, he's changed already his delivery. He's gone quick step, slide step. He's changed his looks at second. And Framber has been able to execute his pitches. Another 3-ball count.
Yes. You can really see Framber not only keen on Tatis at second, but also the pitch clock. And there's one in center field and one behind home plate, so he knows exactly how much time he has.
Another one out of play. Cody, at his best, the curveball was a strikeout pitch for Valdez. He had 200 strikeouts just a couple of years ago in 23. And so far this season, just 24 in these 4 games started. The foul balls indicate somebody who yet doesn't have that put away pitch, and another foul back. What's that about?
Yeah, I think it's about just falling behind. You know, the count leverage is everything, to be able to use that curveball and get a swing and miss one, to be able to just miss with it. As Eduardo said, throwing it for a strike is the first step, and then just missing for a swing and miss is the second step. But if you're not on point with your sinker and getting ahead and getting count leverage, you never get a chance to explore that side of his game.
7 pitches to Tatis. 9th pitch of the at bat to Manny will go to 10, and he's now down after fouling one off of himself.
You okay?
I would follow up with a curveball again in the dirt. If he chases, he chases. If you walk him, so be it. You still have the ability to induce a ground ball for a double play with Bogarts on deck.
Reminder, the Padres without Jackson Merrill, their center fielder. Jake Cronenworth is out. Luis Arias, just involved in that terrible collision at first base, has been taken off the field on a stretcher. Now Machado fouls one off his foot and gets back in. Did the same thing again, and now he's down in a heap. You told him to throw that pitch, Eddie.
Yeah, in the dirt. Keep throwing it.
You know, I'm a little biased, Eduardo, but what does that feel like?
Oh, I still feel mine. I still have them. That hurts right there, especially when you already had hit it once. Watch that left shoe. Oh, same spot. Oh, my bunions right now are aching.
I kind of like seeing it on the mound, to tell you the truth. I'm not wishing any injury on anybody, but yeah, only hitters have that feeling. Look at Fromber's out there going, yeah, all right.
A lot of standing around for Fromber.
No sympathy there.
No.
No, and the game was delayed to start because Fromber was a little late coming back out. So we have had 3 batters come to the plate. 1 left on a stretcher. Another one is down on the ground after hitting the ball off of his foot twice. Mauricio Dubon was involved in that collision. Have to believe he's shaken up as they get Manny to his feet.
Cody, this is of absolutely secondary importance to the condition of Arias or Manny Machado. But if you're a pitcher in this situation and you're out on the mound, how do you handle a delay like this? Dylan Cease is going to be going through the same thing in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, Dylan Cease is sitting for a long time. You know, Fromber was allowed to throw as many warm-ups as he needed after the Arias injury, and he could get a couple now if he really wants to. If I'm Dylan Cease, I might think about going underneath a little bit if there was a place to get to a cage and throw, but he's sitting there waiting, and that's a long wait. It's a great point, Buster.
Well, the cage, the visiting cage here actually sets behind where Buster is, where the umpires come through in that tunnel. It's a little further distance than a lot of other cages in Major League ballparks.
He's going to throw a couple.
I'd throw that curveball once again.
You're a
Same
pitcher at
spot.
heart. You're a devious old pitcher at heart, aren't you?
I just do not throw Manny Machado a fastball down the middle of the plate or anything that would be called a strike. Again, if you walk them, you walk them.
Well, 2 strikes on that toe is enough, right? I mean, we can't
Here we
absorb
go.
a 3rd blow off the toe, can we? Crowd's ready to start to watch some baseball. Here it comes. And Manny does a terrific job of fouling off a 94-mile-an-hour sinker away.
Love the location, though.
He did not give in.
Those are all the pitches that Machado has seen in this plate appearance. And 20 with 1 down from Framber Valdez.
Trying to get the other toe.
Is this the time for a meeting with the pitcher, because this has been such a inconsistent start for a pitcher, Coney, to reset?
Yeah, that's an interesting point. There's been so many delays already, so you almost, I'd be hesitant.
Let's keep it going.
Yeah, let's get him a little rhythm going. I think the last thing Fromber needs now is another delay.
Yeah, but Framber's been there a lot of times, and now all it takes is one pitch to get out of this jam.
Xander Bogaerts. Letter high. Fastball in there for strike one. Xander comes in struggling a little bit to start the season. He has yet to hit a homer. Got 5 runs batted in on a .254 batting average. Got the night off yesterday in spite of all the injuries to the players, and this could be too. Dubon fields to first. That's a ball drop. Tatis coming in. He will score. Tremendous base running and a read by Fernando Tatis as Walker couldn't hold the ball. And it's 1-0 San Diego.
Dubon rushed it. There was no need to rush it at second base once he made the play. Framber Valdez made the perfect pitch, throws off his right foot and just rushes. Look, Bogaerts not even in the picture yet. You can set your feet perfectly. Tatis, as soon as he sees it in the dirt, he accelerates, he scores easily. But the Houston Astros giving away right there a big potential double play.
Oscar Gonzalez is the left fielder for the Padres. Part of the patchwork lineup that they've been forced to use given the injuries to Hayward. And that's pulled. That's a fair ball past the third baseman Paredes. Xander Bogaerts will go to third. He will be waved in. He puts the brakes on. Well, his third base coach was waving him in, and he did that on his own. He saw the relay come in and shut it down.
Ball's right in front of you, right? As a base runner, you see exactly where you're supposed to be. And Bogaerts, who knows this ballpark really well as well, he keeps an eye on the play. Give a lot of credit to Alvarez, who was playing more in left center in this ballpark. Bobbles it, but he sees immediately that Pena was in great position to be able to make a slide and throw play at home.
Chance now for Yuli Gurriel, the former Astro. Swings at the first one, pops it up to fairly deep right field. Going back there is Smith, and that will end a very long and painful for Larissa Rise, top of the first. Astros coming to the plate on Sunday Night Baseball.
Are you having any fun? What you getting out of living? Who cares for what you've got if you're not having any fun? Are you having any laugh? Are you getting any loving? If other people do, why can't you have a little fun? And have a little fun.
Dove Men Plus Care Whole Body DO protects you everywhere. Here, when you're there. There, when you're here. Even down there. Dove Men Whole Body DO. Care that goes everywhere. Everywhere.
Now you can shop smarter at Canadian Tire. With same-day delivery for $9.99. For a solution that's right under your nose. Shop smarter at Canadian Tire.
Celebrate the moments with Ferrero Rocher. Smooth milk chocolate, crunchy hazelnut, lovingly layered and wrapped in gold. Ferrero Rocher.
Hey, it's your gut instinct. Always one step ahead. I know what's up and who's up. So next time the game's on and it feels game-changing, bet your way with Betway.
The The very familiar face and stature of Jose Altuve. He'll lead things off. He is the designated hitter for the Houston Astros. Offensively, kind of middle of the road for them to get this thing started, especially when guys like Yordan Alvarez have not been pitched to and therefore have not really been able to get on track. Cam Smith, the 8-hole hitter, did have a couple of home runs the other night, and Dubon, the second baseman involved in that collision, will bat ninth for these Astros. Meantime, Dylan Cease on the mound, 29-year-old, 6'2", 200 pounds, two-time top 5 Cy Young finisher. His last warm-up, Coney, according to our producer Andy Jacobson, 7:05 or 6:05 local time. It's now 6:41.
Have a good one. Be safe, all right?
Mark Grant just texted me, covers the Padres,
yes.
great broadcaster, said the last time Dylan Cease had a delay like this in Washington and a rain delay, he threw a no-hitter. So go figure.
That's a Padre broadcaster knowing Cease's height, and Altuve swings and sends it to the roof. We had one hit the roof last night.
So Mark's texting you and he's not giving me any love, huh?
Nothing. No, we go back to winter ball together in Puerto Rico.
Bud, Don Orsillo, of course, the voices of the Padres, do an unbelievable job and have such a great fan base and team. Cease just misses away with a fastball at 97. His last 3 games started against Houston have been tremendous. In 20 2/3 innings, 1 run, and ERA of 0.44. 305 for Altuve, the designated hitter tonight. He, of course, was moved to left field this season. It's a conversation they've had for years. He comes inside.
It's a new little wrinkle for Dylan Cease this year. Two-seamer, running it in.
Machado's at third, so he's okay after fouling a couple off his foot. Bogart's at short. Iglesias is at second, and Gurriel at first. And Altuve, right field line. Crowd rooting for it to stay fair, but it will go foul. In the outfield, Oscar Gonzalez is in left field. Tyler Wade is your center fielder, and of course, Fernando Tatis is in right field.
3-2.
Right center field. Does it have enough carry? No, it doesn't. Into the glove of Tatis as Altuve comes up just short of his bid for his 4th home run.
Pitch up in the zone, and it's where Jose Altuve loves it, except this time he hits it to right center field. He does a lot of his damage to the pull side. You see how strong that top hand is of Jose Altuve?
Here's Isaac Paredes. He swings at the first one and sends it straight back. Of course, Alex Bregman signed with the Red Sox, so Paredes comes over here, a dead pull hitter. Off to a decent start. But there is just so much pressure on the guys that sandwich Yordan Alvarez, which Bregman and Kyle Tucker provided great protection. Letter high, called strike. Gabe Morales, our home plate umpire.
How about?
Paredes hits more pulled fly balls than anybody in the big leagues. It's not really even close. 5% more than the second guy, Cal Raleigh, who pulls the ball in the air quite a lot with Seattle.
9 home runs already on the season. Hit another one today.
2-hopper, and that's Machado. Fires over. There's very few that make it look as easy or as smooth at third base as Manny Machado. Now here comes one of the absolute ballasts of this Houston Astro team right now, Yordan Alvarez, especially given the absence of both Tucker and Bregman. And it's just a lot of pressure on this guy. Alvarez just over the 200 mark. As far as average goes, got a couple of homers. Base is empty with 2 down.
No surprise right there. Breaking pitch
to
Yordan Alvarez, who's really struggled early in games, especially against starters, with the spin.
Knuckle curve from Cease, who had a bushy beard, it feels like, the last time we saw him. Hard on the ground, staying down out of it. Second is Iglesias, and a quick 1-2-3 inning for Dylan Cease. Sunday Night Baseball rolling on as we head to the 2nd inning between San Diego and Houston.
When we at Miller Lite set out to brew a light beer, there came a moment of truth. When we had to choose great taste or 90 calories, we chose both. Tastes like Miller time.
They're gonna know.
Nobody will know. It'll just be like when we were rookies. Trust me.
All right.
Hello there. Can I please get a dark roast, an iced coffee, and a pack of Tim's new rookie cards?
Nice.
Okay, said, do you also want a few packs?
Yeah, for sure.
Unwrap the early days of your favorite players with Tim's new retrospective rookies hockey cards.
Look at that young fella.
Said the kid. Vintage.
Here's to sharing a little joy. Little makes a big difference with Dr. Oetker.
Celebrate the moments with Ferrero Rocher. Smooth milk chocolate, crunchy hazelnut, lovingly layered and wrapped in gold. Ferrero Rocher.
We flash back to the 98 NLDS between these two teams and remind everybody, Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet? There are some familiar faces, of course. The late great Tony Gwynn, Hall of Famer Craig Biggio. You saw Randy Johnson, and of course they went all the way to the World Series before losing to the New York Yankees as they started their run. Time now for the Field Report. It's brought to you by Scott's. Feed your lawn, feed it. 80 degrees, mostly cloudy, 73 degrees inside, and the roof is closed to threat of storms in the greater Houston area overnight into tomorrow. When Arise's position comes up, it looks like the Padres will have Gavin Sheets be the DH, but 7-8-9 to start the second. That's Jose Iglesias leading things off. And fairly significant numbers Iglesias has put up against left-handed pitching. Good one, called strike, a sinker on the inside. A .429 average against lefties this season, Iglesias. It's 0-2. .402 last year, 37 for 92.
Keep an eye on all the two-seamers so far for Freiberg. None of them have hit the bottom third of that K zone. He needs to be able to hit that spot so he can get chases off the secondary pitches and keep the ball down on the ground.
Good call on the timeout as the pitch clock was running down and they couldn't coordinate on which pitch to throw.
Ready on an 0-2. High chopper, tough play. And he got him. Pretty charge by Pena to get the speedy Iglesias.
It's a great play right there by Jeremy Pena, not rushing it. Once he gets it on the hop right here, watch how he funnels this one straight to the body quickly and makes a perfect throw to first. One Gold Glover to another.
How about the transition from glove to hand?
Lightning quick. You see that guy coming into his own this year.
Sure do. And he will talk with us the next inning. Tyler Wade now. Mixed inside. Framber felt like a little bit more of attack mode against Iglesias. And watch. Boom. Boom. One of the things that they say Altuve is trying to deal with in the outfield. All in. Because he's so used to quickly getting the ball in and out of his glove as a middle infielder at second base. They've been trying to tell him, you don't need to do that in the outfield. We want you to catch it, make sure you make the transition, and just get it in.
Yeah, catch the ball first in the outfield.
Good throw. 2-1. As Espada says, there's just not that many plays at home. You're going to throw guys out, so let's make sure you get it in your hand instead of worrying about how quickly you transfer it into your hand.
It says a lot about what kind of a teammate Jose Altuve is.
Yes.
Willing to do anything. It's the old saying, right? You're a baseball player.
Exactly right.
No, you're not a second baseman. You're a baseball player. Kind of back to Little League. I'll do whatever I can to help the team.
The guys, I got an update after this pitch.
All right, 3-1 on the way to Wade. And everybody's waiting. That's ball 4. Go ahead, Buster.
All right, according to the Padres, Luis Arraez has been transported to Houston Methodist Hospital for further evaluation. He is currently stable, conscious, responsive, and able to move his extremities. That from the Padres.
All right, well, all of those check the positive boxes. Thanks very much for that update. If there's more, Buster will have it.
It's great news.
No stolen bases yet for Wade. Martin Maldonado looks at strike 1.
Tell you what, double play candidate right here with Martin Maldonado. You have a lot of speed and power behind them with Tatis. I'd try to stay away from double play here. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to run a hit and run.
He's going. They are doing just what you said. Walker Fields makes a really good throw, and they turn off terrific double play. Boy, a rocket off the bat and a difficult throw with Wade running into the line of the throw.
When you're a lifetime 203 hitter, this is what happens. You hit it right to the Gold Glover, and they turn 2 on you. It's just unfair.
Dairy-free Base-L plant butter is made from ingredients that haven't passed through a cow. But is it great for baking? Cow says yes. Could seem biased. Let's ask an expert.
Is that a serious question? Look at this cake.
Okay, well, I hadn't seen you'd made that, so...
Susan, blink once if you think he's an idiot. Cal says yes.
You know what? I deserve that. Thank you. Dairy-free Base-L plant butter. Skip the cow.
I'd do anything.
Surprise! We got a dog.
Aw, new pet? Let's go to PetSmart. We've got literally anything you need. And make life easier with AutoShip, so you never run out. Huh. PetSmart. Anything for pets.
Here comes Peter Cottontail, hopping down.
Celebrate the moments with Ferrero Rocher.
Easter's on its
Smooth milk chocolate, crunchy hazelnut, lovingly layered and wrapped in gold. Ferrero Rocher.
Add some adventure to your summer during Yamaha's Right Here, Right Now sales event. Cash rebates, special finance offers, extended warranty, and more. Visit your dealer or Yamaha's website for details.
Unleash your inner lion at Leo Vegas.
Breaking news and a surprise contender in the marathon.
Yes, Rachel, someone has caught up to the front. He's carrying a fridge.
Something remarkable has just happened.
Talk about keeping your eye on the ball.
What's happening courtside?
From half court, he got it!
I can't believe what I'm seeing. Over to baseball. Richmond's gonna win.
There's no way. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Before Jeremy Pena comes up, Play Ball, baseball's global youth initiative that highlights the fun, accessible ways to play this great game. To learn more, including how to find a league near you, go to playball.org and follow at Playball on X, Facebook, and Instagram. Cease's first pitch, good one there on the outside corner. A slider to start Pena, the shortstop. 222 this season, 3 homers, 7 RBIs, and he can run when he gets on 4 stolen bases. Sends this one off the end of his bat, and that will end ended up hanging up there for Oscar Gonzalez, and there's one out. So Pena retired. Here is Christian Walker, former Arizona Diamondback, signed a big deal as Pena now gets the microphone put on him. We'll talk with him in the next half inning from the field. It's been a struggle bus for Christian Walker, and man, is he trying everything to get out of it. And perhaps a good sign last night with a homer. Look out way inside from Cease at 96. Eddie, you can speak to it, but Christian Walker has acknowledged he's been lunging a little bit. He's trying to stay back a little bit more, hit that ball out front, and most important, get it in the air.
Yeah, and the interesting thing, having spoken to both of his hitting coaches, is now he's setting up towards the plate. And you're like, well, he should. Well, he was setting up towards the pitcher instead of towards the plate, and he wasn't using a lot of his backside early to be able to get to the ball. So he's making a conscious effort of being able to face their dugout, their home plate, the home plate, instead of trying to face Dylan Cease, and that way being more on that right leg.
2-1 off of a slider chase, and that one is on a play.
That's as new school as they get, right? Eduardo talked to both of his hitting coaches.
I know. Used to be one.
That's new school.
And I didn't get to talk to his personal hitting coach either.
Is that right?
Also
He was there, yeah.
He was there as well.
That was number 3.
Okay.
That's fouled and played. He struck me because I had a good conversation with him beforehand about the balance between kind of turning your brain off and being more of a natural athlete versus really thinking about what's going on here. And he seems to be sort of in the middle there.
You know, there's an old saying that says, you know, you play the game hard, you play the game right, you look up at the end of the year, and your numbers will be there, what they're supposed to be. And nowadays, they say the same thing a different way. It's trust the process nowadays.
Home run last night off Michael King to tie the game 2-2. Just missed with a curveball and a full count for Cease.
You know, Carl, to your point, it's so much harder to do, though, when you look up at the scoreboard and you see you're hitting 160 or whatever it is.
Exactly what he said. I can't not see the 155 or 164 currently. He's gone. Filthy slider, late break on it, and Walker is gone. 5 up, 5 down for Dylan Cease.
Well, not only great location, it's just a buzzsaw. This one's spinning pretty close to 2,900 RPMs on the black at the knees. And average major league sliders, you see that spin and that location, you're probably about 24 to 2,500 RPMs. His is up closer to 3,000, and that tells you how tightly wound it is and located that well.
I wonder how much that first pitch had to do with the rest of the at-bat, right? Up and in sets up all the sliders and everything down and away. Ended up seeing 4 sliders after that up and in pitch.
That graphic showed you how good he's doing at getting ahead. And he's 0-2, and he's starting to feel it. You can tell 98 on that fastball up after that vicious slider to get Walker out.
Man, he's elevated the fastball so well, and then every off-speed pitch is just down and away. 2 different levels.
Little old school rock and fire to his delivery.
Right now there is for Victor Caratini, the catcher. Will he back up the 98 up top with a slider down and into the lefty? Instead, a curveball too far in. Looks like Yu Darvish is going to come back fairly soon for the Padres to go with Michael King and of course Dylan Cease. And they really love their pitching. They love their bullpen. He got him. It's held onto by Maldonado. So 6 up, 6 down, back-to-back punch-outs for Dylan Cease. Jeremy Pena, Houston Astros, will join us when we come back as we take a look at Dylan Cease and desist with the Heat.
Details. They may be small, but their importance is enormous. Every choice, every gesture, every tuning is a testimony to the most intense passion. Because details are not just details. They're everything. New Alfa Romeo Intensa. Passion is in the details.
With Deluxe's buy one, get one free, skip the stress and do it for less. Buy one, get one free ends May 5th. Find your local paint store at Deluxe.ca.
Subway Cyber Sub Days are here, so we've baked up a fresh deal. Buy one foot-long sub in the app, get one for $1. That's right, but don't wait. This offer ends April 27. Join Subway MVP Rewards today to get access to this exclusive app deal.
And booked. Plus, we got free checked bags with my TD Aeroplan Visa Infinite card.
Everything's better when you save on a vacation.
More like a save-cation. That's good. Oh, yeah.
TD. Ready for you.
Kayak. No way. Why would I use Kayak to compare hundreds of travel sites at once? Kayak. I like to do things myself. I do my own searching. It isn't efficient. Use Kayak. I can't trust anything else to do the job right.
Kayak. Search one and done.
Welcome back to Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN. It's presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet? Shortstop for the Astros, Jeremy Pena, joins us now. Thanks very much, Jeremy, for doing this. We've been after you for a while. Delighted we got a chance to talk with you, man.
Hey, y'all, for having me.
We got Tatis, followed by Gavin Sheets, who'll take the place of Arise, and then Manny Machado. Strike one. Jeremy, tell us the difference between the Astros this year without Tucker and Bregman compared to what you're used to.
I mean, those guys were big pieces for us, obviously. Tucker, Breggy, leaders here in the clubhouse.
Oh boy, that is a fair ball down the line. That's right, no way. It's right, and it gets by the right fielder, Cam Smith. Tatis will go to third, standing up. A very difficult read for Smith in right field as the ball, and he had to judge, is it going to careen off of the wall, or is it going to stay in and roll all the way to the back wall, and it was B.
And from that angle, he just read it wrong. It's experience, but he looked at it with the speed of Tatis, one way or another, but would it careened or not, I think he was thinking 3 all the way. That'll force infield in.
And this is Gavin Sheets. Rolls one on the ground, off the glove of Walker into shallow right. Walker thought he had it. And Tatis taps home. It's 2-0 Padres.
Vamos, doble play aquí, vamos.
Looks so far right now, this inning, we've had 2 ground balls, and that's Framber's game. But because the infield was in the range of Walker, just getting it off the end of the glove, not being able to get one.
And now Machado with Sheets at first. He swings at that first one. They have swung at every pitch that Framber has thrown this half inning. And that let us down. Talk about your role, Jeremy. You know, I joked that we've been after you for a few years. Clearly more comfortable, a little more of a veteran presence. What does the team, do you feel, looks to you for now?
I feel like we just have a club where everyone holds each other accountable. You know, anybody can come help you one day, you know, speak up in the clubhouse. We don't run a dictator type of team. You know, everybody has freedom of speech here. And I think that's what makes us a great ball club. You know, we have guys like Altuve, Jordan, Lance McCullers, you know, even though he's been hurt, you know, he's been around quite a bit, helping out the young guys. So we have a strong-knit group, you know, and I think that's why this ball club's been able to compete for all these years.
Jeremy, take me through your setup right now, because from up here behind home plate, it seems like you're more towards looking more at the first baseman than
unorthodox. Unorthodox.
Why?
You know, it's been something that, give me 1 second. It's been something that kind of evolved on its own. You know, I feel like, I don't know if y'all can see it from up there, but I'm bow-legged. And also, to be able to get some force on the inside of my feet, I kind of have this weird setup, and it's been working for me. I love it, and I'm gonna keep going with it.
Another full count.
Yeah, it is weird. You know, I get a lot of questions on it. You know, and I have young kids telling me that they started doing it because they saw me doing it. I'm like, hey man, don't do that. And look at other guys, because for me it's something that kind of worked for me, and I wouldn't really teach it to anyone else.
Framber looking for a ground ball. The 19th pitch Machado has seen tonight, and this one is sky high. It's Dubon drifting back, fair territory to make the play. So the Rockets play later. You were at the Rocket game recently. What was that like, Jeremy?
I mean, they have a fun team, man. They have a young ball club, and they're athletic, and I love it. You know, I like watching those guys play. They have a big game coming up tonight.
Yeah, they do.
So the whole city of Houston's rooting for them, and hopefully they get it done, you know.
So we know your post-game plan.
I don't know, man. I don't know. We got to win this ball game first, and then we'll go from there.
There we go. Here's Xander Bogaerts. The 2022 World Series MVP, of course. Pena, here's the fan question. How surreal was it to win an ALCS and World Series MVP as a rookie?
Man, it was surreal. And it was something that I really grasped at the moment, because
Sheets going. Foul ball. That one may have gotten the bare hand of Caratini.
But yeah, it was something that I didn't really take in during the moment, because we had just won the World Series, you know, and winning the World Series to me was the main goal. It's the goal since you're a little kid. So once that happened, everything else just kind of was in the back. You know, I didn't really think much about it. It was just awesome to win the World Series, you know, with this group of guys.
Yeah, it's incredible to do it in your first year, let alone be the MVP of those two things. It creates almost an impossible expectation. A liner. Picks it off. Wow. Dubon and Walker to end the inning. Jeremy, how'd you like that play?
We love it. We love double plays. I know Framber does too.
Thanks for being with us.
Thank y'all for having me. Appreciate it.
You got it. How about the scoop by Walker? It's been an adventure over there all night for him. Pretty play there to end the inning.
Are you having any fun? What you getting out of living? Who cares for what you've got if you're not having any fun? Are you having any laugh? Are you getting any loving? If other people do, why can't you have a little fun? And have a little fun.
Here comes Peter
Celebrate the moments with Ferrero Rocher.
Easter's on this
Smooth milk chocolate, crunchy hazelnut, lovingly layered and wrapped in gold. Ferrero Rocher.
Visa uses state-of-the-art fraud protection worldwide. So no matter where in the world you are, you can be the traveler you want to be. With trusted security right by your side.
Hey, it's your gut instinct. Always one step ahead. I know what's up and who's up. So next time the game's on and it feels game-changing, bet your way with Betway.
Just 49 keys inside a metal thing from 1958. Or it's the first step to becoming a writer, and your book gets turned into a movie by your favorite director, aka new best friend. Or becoming a chef who makes croissant nigiri. Or starting a travel scene that takes you from South America to Scandinavia to, hi.
Okay, sure, God.
Oh, Visa. Whatever you want to be, one step can take you everywhere you want to be.
Concerns.
Yeah, I mean, listen, that was very scary. You know, we don't see like those kind of collisions in our sport a whole lot. And, you know, Louis is a really, really tough guy. And to see him down like that, you know, something's pretty serious. And got over there and, you know, took a pretty good blow. Sounds like he's stable now. Has feeling in his extremities. You know, is alert, aware of what took place, which is clearly good. You know, now he's worried about, because he's got a little bit of a cut on the jaw, worried about the jaw, you know, what's this, you know, the stability of that. And of course, his cervical, making sure it's stable as well.
As he was carted off, it looked like you said something to him. What was that?
Yeah, you know, this is a very close group, man. It's a group that really, really genuinely loves each other. People say that a lot, but there's a lot of real love. And Louis is a big part of our team, big part of the heart of the club. And, you know, I just told him I loved him, and, you know, they're going to be all right, and we prayed for him. And, you know, we just thinking about him.
Mike, thanks. Back to you.
Yeah, you can hear the emotion in the voice of Mike Schilt, who has been largely responsible for the clubhouse chemistry that's been created in San Diego. Just one of the key factors to their success the last couple of years. Cam Smith after the leadoff single by Myers. Got a chance to see Cam Smith in Omaha last year with the Florida State Seminoles. Now here he is in the major leagues. Fascinating and wonderful, warm welcome that he got to the big league club when the Astros invited his family to be there on the day he was told. Talking about tears. He was in tears that day. One of the things that Craig Counsell, who we'll see next week, told us, so many young players get rushed to the big leagues that they likely are sort of AA, AAA quality until they get their feet underneath them. And Smith is certainly one of those guys who got his feet underneath them more stably with the 2-home run night. You spoke to him before the game. What a feeling of relief and almost validation. Like, yeah, I belong here. I can do this.
Hey, and he told me early on, he goes, I was starstruck. That's a big league ballpark. You get a different deck up there. The fans are different, but you're playing against...
Chase there on a slider, so he's gone.
You're playing against players that you've seen on TV, right, for many years. And he only had 2 years of experience in college baseball. And yes, he had a very productive spring training. Now, the Houston Astros committed to Cam Smith because of his patience at the plate in spring training, and that's what he has to focus on. Stay within himself and continue that patience.
Mauricio Dubon, their aggressive swing at the first pitch from Cease, and that goes upper deck for a souvenir.
Well, I'll say this, Cam Smith didn't see any sliders like that at Florida State. That last one that Cease just threw him. So there's certain lessons you can only learn up here against pitchers like Dylan Cease.
On last play Tuesday night, he went 0 for 2 with the walk. He is as the 2025 player because last year he started left field, he started in center field, at right field, at first, second, third, and short. That ball is driven left center field, heading over. Gonzalez, he says, I got it, and he is there. Oscar Gonzalez ranging to his left to pick up the flyout. Jose Altuve coming up next, and you talk about the core of these teams that have had great success, the championship core. Carlos Correa, Verlander, Bregman, Tucker, all gone, which leaves Altuve holding the trophy, which is fine, but he also holds a tremendous amount of responsibility for this team until Walker gets his feet underneath him. Diaz starts hitting, and Alvarez can come through. Jose hit went 361 feet to right his first time up. That's a lot on the shoulders of Altuve, who has complained none at all about the responsibility.
Just really stylistically speaking, Eduardo, nobody like Jose Altuve. No more up in the box as he is, where he stands in the box, his style of hitting.
His power for somebody that size.
Nobody stands there in the batter's box.
0 for 4 last night. Runner goes. Altuve, nice job as he sends one into right field. Myers will go to third. He'll stop there as Tatis fires it back in. How many guys are putting wood to that baseball?
And hats off to Jose Altuve, right? He has so much range within the zone right here. But this is Joe Espada also sending the runner, knowing let's give Jose Altuve an opportunity with Martin Maldonado behind the plate. If he throws him out, he gets the lead off. Pitch down and away, base hit to right. Now you have runners at the corner. But Jose Altuve up on the plate. We'll continue to talk about that during this game. Just understands so well what to do with a baseball where it's pitched.
Isak Paredes, men on the corners. That one gets away. Altuve will head to second base and move into scoring position as Maldonado had it go under his glove, and it was too far away for him to go get.
I'm curious to see how they're going to score that, because if you ask Martin Maldonado, he would say, I'll make this play. Catch that, did not hit dirt right there.
Pass ball, that slider top of the zone. He's actually moved his slider up and down.
Yeah, got a little benefit of the call there. But when you're consistent with your location, you will get that benefit, even in today's game.
Alvarez on deck. And this one right field, slicing, and it goes out of play.
Is that slider good fastball? For a dead pull hitter like Paredes.
Isak Paredes filling the shoes of Bregman. He calls time. He's the third baseman. Teammates, as Gurriel said, I've seen that act before. Rather not see it again tonight, if you don't mind. 2-2.
Okay, you're Isak Paredes right now. You have on deck Yordan Alvarez. You know he has to come to you. Has to come with a strike. You got to be aggressive. Recognize spin or fastball.
Off. 3-2 with the number 3 hole hitter Yordan Alvarez just licking his chops to get up there with the bases loaded. chased. Wow, a slider in the dirt. And Isak Paredes swung at ball 4.
Right over the heart of home plate. That's when you get the swing and misses, as opposed to sweeping off.
Cease will strand 2 at second and third. He picks up his 4th strikeout of the night. Dylan Cease has his good stuff going so far tonight.
A Tim's Donut and Coffee is the original collab. And now, buy any size original or dark roast coffee and get a classic donut for $1. An iconic deal on the iconic duo with a Tim's Dollar Donut. Order on the Tim's app today.
It's time for Tim's.
I am a champ.
I am a champ. I am a champ. I am a champ.
I am a champ. A member of the Warham's Child Amputee Program, thanks to your donations.
Domino's new Parmesan Stuffed Crust Pizza tastes like never before. Because Domino's has never had stuffed crust before. Seriously. But we do now, and it's stuffed with melty cheese and topped with garlic seasoning and Parmesan. Try it for the first time tonight. From Domino's.
Are you having any fun? What you getting out of living? Who cares for what you've got if you're not having any fun? Are you having any laughs? Are you getting any loving? If other people do, why can't you have a little fun? And have a little fun.
Fresh Stone Rollies, ready at any moment for real-life moments. Loaded with your favorite flavors, Rollies keep you reaching for more. Share them, dip them, love them. Rollies, life rolled up.
Dove Men Plus Care Whole Body DO protects you everywhere. Here, when you're there. There, when you're here. Even down there. Dove Men Whole Body DO. Care that goes everywhere. Everywhere.
With Astros manager Joe Espada, Jose Altuve told me that the idea of him moving around was brought up to him 3 or 4 years ago. Right. How has he handled it this year?
Very well. Open-minded, very coachable. He wants to win, and so far the transition has been pretty good.
What are you seeing in Fromber tonight?
Better than, his stuff is better than his last start. His sinker is down, inducing more ground balls. Right now we just got to get some big hits, and we'll get back in this game.
Joe, thanks.
All right, guys, thank you.
Call back to you.
All right, Buster, thank you very much. Oscar Gonzalez swung at the first one. It's 0-1 to the left fielder, the former Cleveland Guardian. Fouls another one off. 3 years ago, remember the SpongeBob SquarePants theme? I mean, with the Guardians, like that's that guy right there. And now thrust into the middle of this San Diego Padre lineup. Came to camp on a minor league contract, and he tore it up in the Cactus League. Boy, if you're not leaving here with a bruise tonight, I mean, everybody's getting dinged up. Carantini, that's the second time that he's been dinged. One on a foul ball, and that time a wild pitch from Fromber.
Thinking about my best favorite characters on SpongeBob now. You got my wheels spinning.
Get your head into the SpongeBob world. You get like a top 3?
Well, I do like his pet Gary, the pet snail. It's one of my favorites.
One and 2 to Oscar Gonzalez. Hey, have you ever once watched SpongeBob SquarePants?
No.
Didn't think so. Just tell.
See how I stayed away from
it? It wasn't landing.
Did not land.
You ever had a Krabby Patty?
Can't help you there, brother.
One and 2 on the way from Framber, reaching out, and right center field. They'll carry on it. Smith going back, still drifting back, just shy of the track. Gonzalez is out.
food in the oven but don't want to miss a pitch? Just tell Siri, set a timer for 10 minutes.
Thank you. That pretzel looked good.
That's hard up the middle. That's a hit. Yuli Gurriel. And he's taking a wide turn, and he will put the brakes on there. But an about-face shot up the middle for Gurriel with one on and one down. They'll bring up Jose Iglesias.
Gurriel not wasting any time. First pitch, last at-bat, flew out to right. This time, first pitch stays up in the zone, even though it had late movement. Gets good exit velocity and gets through for that knock.
Now Jose Iglesias, star with the New York Mets last year. First pitch, strike one.
But the ability that Framber has to be able to induce the ground ball and get the double play has been his bread and butter all these years as an Astro.
Iglesias retired on a really good play by Pena his first time up. That's a foul ball. Was he working on any music this year, or was it just sort of the one hit last year?
No, he's got another one out already. He's got another one, and on the flights he keeps working on it, but he's more focused right now in the baseball. Then in the offseason he'll continue to work. He's got a couple collabs.
You say
that was a good pitch there, the curveball, right down, right in the strike zone.
Yeah, that when Framber's right, it's almost like a two-plane breaker. And of course, Iglesias notoriously tough on left-handed pitching.
Iglesias and then Zach Nato. I'm not certain that everybody would have that as far as highest batting average against lefties. Those two guys, very good hitters against lefties, but the top two in baseball.
I must say I'm kind of still recovering from Eduardo using collabs.
Hey,
what did you say?
I missed on SpongeBob, so I went there.
Is it any big name collabs, or?
It's got a couple.
Under wraps on this?
I think it's under wraps.
Okay.
That's why I don't want to say some of the names.
There's another one on the ground. That's a double play ball, and they turn another one. Framber Valdez ends 2 consecutive innings, make it 3 consecutive innings with double plays.
And all of them hard hit double plays.
What can you get for $1 these days? A piping hot, delicious pizza. That's what. Buy one pizza and get the second one for $1. Yeah, pizza. For a limited time. Online only at Pizza Hut.
Are you having any fun? What you getting out of living? Who cares for what you've got if you're not having any fun? Are you having any laughs? Are you getting any loving? If other people do, why can't you have a little fun?
Celebrate the moment with Ferrero Rocher. Smooth milk chocolate, crunchy hazelnut, lovingly layered and wrapped in gold. Ferrero Rocher.
Avoid the hype. Whatever life you choose, gold is easy to invest in online. It could help you grow what you have and protect it. Gold. Choose your own path.
I'd do anything.
Surprise! We got a dog.
Aw, new pet? Let's go to PetSmart. We've got literally anything you need. And make life easier with AutoShip, so you never run out. Huh. PetSmart. Anything for pets.
This just in. Same game parlay from Bet365 just keeps getting better.
That's correct. It's now even easier to create your own unique bet. You could choose any market, like hits, run line, totals, home runs. With our same game parlay, the choice is truly yours.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Here comes Yordan Alvarez, who had the bat in his hand and was hoping to get up with the bases loaded when Paredes struck out on a slider to end the last half. But how good's this guy been? OPS and homers, one of two players over 950. OPS the last 3 years. He and big number 99 in the Bronx, Aaron Judge. Real good company. And Yordan Alvarez has been a force over his career. And this year it's definitely been a little bit of a different tune that he's singing so far. The three-hole hitter looks at one that is just down below the strike zone.
That's how he's getting pitched differently, and Eduardo pointed it out earlier. He's swinging at less first pitches because he's seeing a lot of spin on first pitches. And he's seeing different pitches this year with a different lineup.
So, guys, we talked all winter about Aaron Judge, Juan Soto, how they would be impacted by not having the other in their lineups. I'll ask David, because Coney, you're the pitcher in this group. How is Alvarez affected by not having Bregman, not having Kyle Tucker around him?
On a 2-0. Swings and sends this one sky high. Coming in is Wade.
A lot of that, Buster. A lot of spin early in the count. A 2-0, he's not going to get a fastball. Once again, 2-0, he gets spin. You're going to pitch him tougher because you feel like he's the guy you're not going to let beat you more often than not, even though he kind of always was that guy. But he had more protection, so therefore you couldn't pitch him as you know, as carefully as he is this year.
I'll take it to another level as well. Last inning, if it would have been Bregman hitting in front of him, most likely it would have been a walk. A lot more of a patient hitter. And he would have had the opportunity to hit with the bases loaded. And maybe they approached him differently. And oh, by the way, then you have Tucker behind him. So yes, does it impact? You look at the lineup from top to bottom. It's Yordan Alvarez and Victor Caratini, the switch hitting left. That's it in that lineup.
Pena now has an 11-game hit streak as he got on top of that sinker, and he'll head to second with a double.
I was a little disappointed in the Astros double play, the inning that we had him mic'd up, because what Jeremy Pena did last year, mid-season, was change his entire hitting approach, his stance, the way he stands, where the hands are, where the hips are aligned, to be able to hit the ball more in the air. He was notoriously hitting the ball on the ground. The grounds crew was working extra in the infield, trying to replace those divots. It's changed for Jeremy Pena.
Third double of the year for Pena. Now Walker takes one outside, ball one.
It's kind of a dream sequence for Pena this year, right? I mean, he's hitting the ball harder, walking more, and still maintaining a pretty low strikeout rate. So all the categories you look at, he's up this year. And the process is showing that he's coming into his own.
Swinging a slider away. It was a little reminder of Aaron Judge with that swing from Walker on those balls that they would feed Aaron Judge, who's done a much better job of not chasing this season. 1-1. On out. Sometimes you take for granted too, Eddie, how good Martin Maldonado is behind the plate. That was not an easy play he made look simple.
And what a great game caller he is as well. You know, being from Puerto Rico and having Yadier Molina, one of the best game callers in the game, Martin Maldonado is right up there.
Tony, if you're dealing with Cease, why are we throwing anything other than a slider, other than to set it up?
I mean, that's
to him.
That's just wicked. 91 miles an hour. Razor blade spin on it, just off the block.
Here we go. Walker struck out in the second on a slider. One of 4 strikeouts for Cease on the night. Make it foul at the plate. That went right off the inner thigh of Maldonado. Walker will be to this team if they're going to be successful.
Pitches for Dylan Cease. 28 of them sliders.
Yeah, back-to-back years of 30-plus homers did Walker, and he is gone. Another slider. And Dylan Cease picks up his 5th punch-out, 2nd of the night against Walker. Same pitch.
See, there's a little nuance to the slider, too. This one goes down a little bit more. This one has a little more depth. And that's just sort of an innate feel that he has. Keeps this one on the plate a little more and goes down a little more. The other's kind of a little more side-to-side movement. Nonetheless, it's depth for a right-handed hitter.
2 down in the 4th. Runner at second. 2-0 Padres. And Victor Caratini checked his swing. Can just feel and empathize with Walker, what he's going through mentally right now.
6 consecutive sliders after the curveball.
He got jammed here, and that will be an easy one for Tyler Wade. Dylan Cease throwing 97 and a slider from down under. It's San Diego 2, Houston 0. We go to the 5th on Sunday Night Baseball.
We can walk this road till our days grow old. In this life we've built together, and we just begun. The best is still yet to come.
Better health is a lifelong journey. Choose the right healthcare partner. Medcan.
That's uncomfortable.
Help is on the way with Leon's Price Cuts event. Get savings on everything comfortable for your home.
There you go. Soft upholstery.
Now that's comfortable.
Subway Cyber Sub Days are here, so we've baked up a fresh deal. Buy 1 foot-long sub in the app, get one for $1. That's right, but don't wait. This offer ends April 27th. Join Subway MVP Rewards today to get access to this exclusive app deal.
Are you having any fun? What you getting out of living? Who cares for what you've got if you're not having any fun? Are you having any laugh? Are you getting any loving? If other people do, why can't you have a little fun? And have a little fun.
Here, they went out and won their first 11. But the road can be a dangerous place. Take Houston. Problems both big, Jordan, and small. Jose Altuve on the mound. They got that lefty trying to grind you into the ground. But what better way to cool off a red-hot team than a building now named after an air conditioning company? That's what Daikin is. And so far, the 2-game series has gone Houston's way. Right now, it's the Padres leading Game 3, 2-0.
They finally figured out how to grow grass in a dome down here, right? They tried it with the Astrodome.
They figured it out. It's beautiful. Walked around with Ruben Niebla. It's legit.
Gorgeous park. Love coming here.
I got 7 of those mini split units in my home in Puerto Rico.
The Daikin units?
Daikins.
Do you really?
Yeah. By the way, they traded the oranges on the train for baseballs.
Up there on that train, you're right. Yeah. Baseballs. Tyler Wade swing and a miss off speed at 79 from Framber Valdez.
And a ton of success here, too. As we were getting ready for that pre-pitch interview, Manny Machado looked at me and said, did they have the best decade you've ever seen?
Hard to argue against it. And again, we showed all those players that were here Those core pieces, they're the baseballs.
There they are. So they used to be oranges. I was with the Tampa Bay Rays at one time, and Lou Piniella asked if they were pumpkins.
He didn't make the Minute Maid connection, huh?
No. Pretty cool, though.
Way out in front. Framber, a good start there. A nasty slider to Tyler Wade. So we're here at Daikin Park, home of the largest retractable roof in baseball. So, hey, eligible Capital One Rewards card holders, you can redeem rewards for MLB tickets to see your favorite ballpark or team throughout the season on Capital One Entertainment. Visit CapitalOne.com/entertainment for more information. You like Daikin Park? You like being here?
It's gorgeous. It's a great atmosphere here. You know, I joke about the Astrodome. I mean, I never got a chance to play in this park, but I certainly played a lot in the Astrodome. That was the original plan. If you remember, when it first opened up, it was natural grass.
Stop the clock, please.
Yes, that didn't work out so well. This one worked out very well.
Lasting image is Tal's Hill, which was literally a hill in center field with a flagpole on it in fair territory.
Longtime executive Tal Smith.
Donato's going to get on base as he hits one off the end of the bat, and a 9-hole hitter reaches. It's kicked out there. Maldi's going to stay right where he is. Here comes Fernando Tatis Jr. already with a walk and a triple tonight.
Finally, the catcher gets a hit for the Padres. It's been a while.
They were in a 0 for 21 slump. 0 for 22 after Maldonado hit into a double play. Buster, you told a great story on Baseball Tonight about the question that Fernando Tatis's father asked him.
That's right. Early in the offseason, he looked at his son, Fernando Tatis Sr., of course, played in the big leagues, and asked him, do you think you're a good hitter? And Fernando Jr. answered, yeah, I do. And his father said, no, you're not. And he basically was telling him, look, you react when you're in the plate, but you don't necessarily have a plan. And he encouraged him to dig into some of the analytics and to refine his approach and look for situations to attack pitches rather than simply react. And when you talk to the Padres people, that's why they think he's taken such a big step forward as a hitter.
They unlocked the dad even more potential in the son. On a 1-2 from Framber. Inside.
And he's made the adjustments year after year. He's made the adjustment. Look at 2023 compared all the way through 2025 left to right. You can see how closed he was. Now he's open, sees the ball better, and the most important part of this, that leg kick is gone. Puts that foot down and is able to recognize spin, location, and does not chase as much. That's a good pitch right there.
He's had a couple close ones here go for balls and not strikes, and now it's full.
Yeah, that advice from his father too, Carl. He said he's really glad that his father was honest with him and told him exactly what he thought.
Second punch out of the inning for Framber as he went with what looked like a changeup.
That's exactly what it was. That was the third changeup of that sequence right there to be able to get Fernando Tatis Jr. pitched down, and what's worked for him so far in the last couple innings, he's been able to land the fastball down in the zone for strikes.
Yeah, you're not looking for a changeup on the inside corner there. From lefty to a righty.
First 2 strikeouts of the night as Gavin Sheets steps in. Sheets, the designated hitter now. He replaced Luis Arraez. Arraez involved in a collision at first base, which required him to be taken off on a stretcher. The latest report from Buster, all indications are positive. That ball is pulled, and it's go! What a catch! How about Cam Smith going to his left? It looked like he had no chance to catch up to it. He stuck that paw out and into the glove it went.
He goes to his left, and Dave Clark, his outfield coach, he's playing a couple steps deep with a runner at first, 2 outs. Great jump, sets up like an infielder. And man, was he active out there, mouth open, making the play.
Good whole wheat shreddies. But wait, warm cinnamon, velvety vanilla, cinnamon vanilla flavored shreddies. Same great square, new delicious flavor.
Here comes Peter Cottontail, hopping down.
Celebrate the moments with Ferrero Rocher.
Easter's on its way.
Smooth milk chocolate, crunchy hazelnut, lovingly layered and wrapped in gold. Ferrero Rocher.
Christian Wolf, do you like puzzles? Ray King has been murdered. I need your help to finish the job he started. What are you doing?
Waiting for you to finish.
So you can.
Do what I need to do.
Is your brother up to speed on the case?
Let me do the talking. You say it more than I thought.
Should we go over the plan again?
Plan?
You get these ideas in your head.
Are you ready?
What do Canada's most passionate burger lovers think about the Team Burger? How is it?
It's stellar.
The patty's nice and juicy.
What I love about A&W is the beef. The quality of A&W's beef is unmatched.
Taste the Team Burger at A&W.
Thanks. It's great to get mortgage advice from an actual specialist.
At TD, we're happy to help.
Talking about mortgages, huh?
I think I'll just stick with my TD mortgage specialist.
If you change your mind, give me a dingle.
I'll give you a dingle.
TD. Ready for you.
During the Ford It's a Big Deal event, we asked the tough questions. Like, what if an offer on an F-150 looked as good as an F-150? Right now, get a big deal when you lease this F-150 for $110 a week. This deal won't last forever.
Hey, it's your gut instinct. Always one step ahead. I know what's up and who's up. So next time the game's on and it feels game-changing, bet your way with Betway.
We're back right now. New ESPN Bet Sportsbook customers, $100 in bonus bets after you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code HOMERUN, one word, home run, to get started. Good game as we head to the bottom of the fifth. San Diego behind Cease. Houston behind Framber Valdez. It's just 2-0. Part of that is because both of these teams are down, certainly Houston offensively and San Diego injury-wise.
Right, here we go.
Gavin Sheets hit that ball 104.4 miles an hour off the bat, which made that Smith catch even better. As Myers is off on a slider.
Yeah, a lot of hard hit contact. You know, Framber's got the atom ball going.
He does right now.
Expected batting average of the Padres off of Framber's 320 from the quality of their contract. Conversely, with Cease, 155. That's based on quality of contact and where the ball's hit, launch angle, a lot of different factors. But
combine that with the BABIP gods you like to talk about.
Yes.
320 expected batting average, 3 double plays to end innings for Framber. The hamburger helper. Maldonado will go and talk to Dylan Cease.
14 of the last 17 pitches of Cease have been sliders.
Look at where Smith is located to start this, and he hesitated for a second. And that's a big boy out there, too. But it's not... There you go. Framber like, thank you. We're good now. All right.
It's a power draw. That ball was hooking away. That's some reach.
He got used to some phenomenal play in right field with Kyle Tucker. Good play by Cam Smith. He's on deck, and here comes the 2-1. On the ground, Machado can't get it. Underneath his glove it goes. And Jake Myers is 2 for 2 tonight with a single and now a double. He's figured Cease out so far tonight.
Manny took a couple steps here. It looked like he was in between. Should I dive or not? Ends up diving for it. Great angle. Watch the setup. Gives him the line. Just goes right under the glove. Sometimes you're caught in between.
And Now Smith off of that phenomenal play in right. Big swing at that one, and a slider that buried right under his bat.
Spring training, most of his home runs were right center field. Right field, staying through it. In batting practice, everything was center field to right.
Oh, here we go.
Not trying to do too much. That's his natural power. The pull side, he'll earn.
Well, back-to-back sliders. He struck out on a slider in the second.
That's another example of when Major League Baseball changed the rules with regard to service time manipulation. So you get this kid up here now, they could pay off with draft picks later on, depending over the next couple of years how he finishes. And this year, Rookie of the Year, and then future MVP voting. So, you know, you thought when those rules were changed, you know, it was uncertain on what kind of impact it would have, but it's
smart play. It's
been pretty good across the league, where organizations have been more prone to promote kids like this to the big leagues early.
Steady diet of sliders on a 1-2. Is he going back there? No, that one is a jam shot that gets into right field. A late jump from Myers. He will stay put with that great arm of Fernando Tatis in right. But you talk about fighting one off. Cam Smith makes that defensive play, and now aboard with a single.
Not afraid of getting jammed, right? You get all the sliders, 3 consecutive ones, and then you get a 97-mile-per-hour pitch. Middle in, strong enough to be able to hit it into right. Looking in the dugout after contact.
So a meeting on the mound. Ruben Niebla heads out there to talk to Dylan Cease and Martin Maldonado about dealing with Mauricio Dubon. Next week, we go to the friendly confines. Man, have the Cubs been a special story to start this season. They get the Philadelphia Phillies. We'll get started with baseball tonight's Sunday night countdown at 6 o'clock Eastern time right here on ESPN. Boy, the impact of Kyle Tucker to that Chicago Cub offense, and it certainly resonates with Astro fans who know all about what Kyle Tucker means to an offense.
Yeah, the Cubs are ahead of the game in terms of style. Speed, defense, every which way but loose, they can beat you.
You know what they can do really well? Hit the fastball. Really good fastball hitting team.
That's next week against a Philadelphia Philly team that has World Series aspirations again. It looks like Aaron Nola will get the start. But we'll see how this week plays out. Here's Dubon, first and third. And nobody out. Biggest threat for the Astros right here. He was very late on that fastball. Iglesias shaded up the middle, and Gurriel holding Smith on, so plenty of room on the right side. Jose Altuve is on deck. Iglesias shaded up the middle. A great effort, but in and out of the leather. And the Astros are on the board.
Yeah, he's pretty upset at himself, too, because he made an unbelievable effort to go get that baseball. Pitch down in the zone, and watch Iglesias where he's at. Straight to it. Gets all leather, but isn't able to get it right there in the webbing.
Getting loud here in Houston for Jose Altuve. Still nobody out. Cease suggesting that his pitch column is not working.
Well, Dylan Cease does not wear a pitch column. He's very much following Maldonado's lead in terms of signal calling.
Well, and he faked everybody out. Good speed on the bases for Houston with Smith out there at second, Dubon at first. 3 consecutive hits for Houston. Remember Jose Altuve's last at bat, he took one off the ground on a hit and run. 2 strikes, now behind 0-2 again. Historically, this feels like a Jose Altuve moment in an Astro uniform.
Elevating that fastball way up there, making sure Jose can't catch up to it. Just changing the eye level. Most likely to go to the slider.
You know, there's some pitchers that just thrive with taking the thought process out of their game and just follow the lead, whatever he calls.
Altuve, a check, and they will not call him out here. That's a check.
Fans are waving down on the Sox today, too. Watch how close of a stance when he lands. That left foot just going towards the plate.
Diving.
Fans on their feet for Altuve.
You were talking, Carl, about his place in history. He's starting to creep up on Jeff Bagwell as number 2 all-time for hits in the Astros organization. Craig Biggio's number 1. But when I was talking to Jose today, he paused and looked at me and said, "You believe I'm 35 years old?"
Is the Houston Astros 10,000th game as a major league franchise. Altuve has played in 1,841 of those and has come up with many big hits. 2-2 swing, chase one almost over his head, and he's gone 98. As hard a pitch as Cease has thrown tonight.
It's what you call pitching bad to somebody's strengths. Eduardo talked about how good of a high fastball hitter Altuve is. Well, this is higher than high.
Let's do a leap up high. Not levitating, but elevating.
I'm a sugar boo.
Isaac Paredes. Didn't have us going down Dua Lipa's road tonight. We did. Coney has checked off the cartoons and the music, maybe food at some point.
Got to make it up to Hornitos Tequila Bar up there.
There you go. 1-0 to Paredes. That missed outside. 2 balls and no strikes.
H is silent.
Not for me.
Alex Jacob is warming in the Padres bullpen. 78th pitch of the night from Cease. Smith off second. Now it's 3 balls and no strikes, and here you go again, Eduardo. Yordan Alvarez is on deck. You'd love to see him come up with the bases loaded. Last time up, Paredes was there with 2 outs, and he struck out on a slider to end the inning. Only 1 out here. And now they are loaded for Alvarez. Third look at Dylan Cease, and third looks for Alvarez have generally meant big-time success this year. They're loaded for him. Curveball to get ahead.
First pitch, every at-bat so far has been an off-speed pitch.
Such a key to be able to land that first strike.
Numbers are not good against Cease. 2 for 18, way inside. He knows the end is near. He is throwing as hard as he has all night. What an opportunity here for 44. Does not offer.
What a great take.
Yes.
In spot.
Yes. Smith, Dupont, Paredes, the base runners. And this one is shallow right. Tatis is there to make the play. He will fire it home. And sliding in safely is Smith. We are tied. A terrific throw by Tatis, but not in time to get the speedy Cam Smith.
All around, good baseball. Alvarez getting the run in, putting the ball in the air with the bases loaded. Fastball elevated, gets in on him. Clear shot right there. And Fernando Tatis putting himself in a throwing position after receiving the baseball.
And hitting the cutoff man, or at least cutoff man high.
Now Pena, who doubled his last time up, trying to give Houston their first lead of the night. Slider at the bottom of the zone, strike one. Shortstop arm mark there in right field. A phenomenal throw by Tatis. Looks like Pena really saw that pitch and got a good swing at it. Fans on the first base side have been standing for most of this inning, especially after the first couple of guys got on. Off speed, that's pulled out of play.
After the knuckle curve, he's gone with the fastball the last 3 times. Will he do it again?
Hold on, hold on.
The pitch clock winds down. Hitters get a little uncomfortable. Let's just call time and just reset here. .99 miles an hour.
Guys, Jose Altuve won his 7th Silver Slugger, and he received that award, was going to bring it home, but Jeremy Pena saw it in Altuve's locker and said, leave it here. I want that for motivation this year.
Chopper to third. Manny makes the play. Pena retired. However, they get a couple here in the 5th off Dylan Cease, and it's a brand new ball game heading to the 6th. Manny coming up when we come back. 2-2.
Are you having any fun? What you getting out of living? Who cares for what you've got if you're not having any fun? Are you having any laugh? Are you getting any loving? If other people do, why can't you have a little fun? And have a little fun.
The federal election is on Monday, April 28th. You can vote early. Advanced polls will be open April 18th to 21st. If you prefer, you can vote at any Elections Canada office until Tuesday, April 22nd, 6 p.m., or you can apply to vote by mail. Check your voter information card or visit elections.ca for all the ways you can vote. It's our vote.
For the official information you need to vote, visit elections.ca or call 1-800-463-6868.
With Triangle Rewards, you can earn Canadian Tire money at Petro-Canada to redeem at Sport Chek, Marks, and Canadian Tire. Triangle Rewards, rewarding you just for filling up at Petro-Canada and Gas Plus.
Introducing Burger King's new fiery menu. Taste our mild fiery strawberry and Sprite, our medium fiery chicken fries, or our signature fiery bacon Whopper. Turn up the heat. The all-new fiery menu is here.
Help is always within reach at Home Hardware. And during the Bring Spring Home Sale, so are savings. Now get a great price on Decorators Venture composite deck boards and save up to $100 on benchmark tillers and generators. Only at Home Hardware and Building Centers.
Hiding muscle and joint pain behind a smile? Voltaren can help. Voltaren contains a clinically proven anti-inflammatory that penetrates deep to relieve your pain and reduce inflammation. Voltaren, the joy of movement.
Coming up in Green Bay, 3-day event starts this Thursday. We'll have every pick once again on ESPN. It's also available on the NFL Network, and as always, ABC's coverage will focus on the prospect's journey to the draft with that college influence. Reese Davis and company will be there on ABC, and of course, every pick once again on ESPN for the NFL Draft in Green Bay. 3-day event. That's what the NFL Draft has become. Baseball's draft continues to grow as well as the players quickly go from college to the bigs, and we saw Cam Smith do that. Here's Manny Machado now in a 2-2 ball game against Framber Valdez. In spite of the fact that it was not held on to by Caratini, Morales says strike one.
Not cramping up on me, are you?
I'm good tonight.
Machado line drive into left field. Leadoff man is aboard with the single as Manny took that curveball, waited on it, and dumped it into left field.
Well, we saw a lot of them earlier, right? Off his foot. This time, this one stays up. Able to serve it into left.
Brings up Xander Bogaerts, who hit an absolute rocket his last time up for a double play. Right at Mauricio Dubon.
Guys, I'm going to be really curious watching Manny on his way around the bases, because watching him come on and off the field here, there's no doubt he's hurting a little bit after getting those two foul balls, limping up and off out of the dugout.
Call strike. Another one Caratini doesn't hold on to. In his heyday, Xander would backspin the baseball at Fenway Park off of the monster and over the monster into center field. Parlayed that into a huge deal with the Padres. Go ahead.
Pitch clock.
Yeah, he gave him one.
He got set before he was looking.
It's never a good sign when anybody points at a watch and at you, right? In anything. It's not good.
So the count changes to 2 balls and a strike. Ah! 2-2. How many other instances in society, in your world, did they point at a clock and then point at you? Like, what else is time?
Joan Cohn used to do it to me. Yes, that was her name, Joan Cohn, my mom.
Telling you to, like, let's move along here?
Yes. You're late again.
Right. You're out playing baseball with your pals. 3-2.
Coney, when you spoke up, I thought for sure you were going to say curfew.
Well, yeah, there you go. That's next.
3-2.
No, you never had issues with that. Good time to send Manny right here. 3-2, ground ball pitcher. Try to stay away from the double play.
Fifth full count for Fromber. He is going, and that one is beaten. Walker gloved it, kept it on the infield, and that's where it'll stay as Bogaerts reaches. Boy, Christian Walker has got a dirty uniform as he's been diving to his right all night long.
A little frustrated, too, because he felt he should have had this one. Good dive, keeping Manny at second base right off the end of the glove again.
He made a terrific play in the 9th inning last night, going out into shallow right, making an over-the-shoulder catch.
You know, he has such great range at first base that a lot of times that goes on through for a lot of first base.
Yeah.
He gets to balls like that more than most.
Taylor Scott out there getting ready for the Astros.
I think this is an interesting situation. Oscar Gonzalez a couple years ago with the Guardians had a really good year. Ended up struggling after that and finds himself here with the San Diego Padres, and he's got an interesting setup where that right foot of his points more towards the catcher. In a situation like this where you're looking for the double play, he's more apt to hit the ball in the air because he's thinking middle the other way the entire time. A very good approach against Framber Valdez. See how that right foot points more towards the catcher than it does towards the plate.
Padres trying to answer here after the Astros scored 2. Gonzalez a little late there, and he fouls it off the screen.
Keeps him from pulling off the ball by having that foot pointed towards Caratini.
Beaten up the middle, having to go back, then a flip to Pena. No play at first. As you saw Dubon have to retreat on that topspin high hopper, and they had just the force at second base.
Thank you.
Good job, really, when you think about it, on both ends. No need to throw it to first there. Little fake throw to first and just check third base, see if Machado was sneaking off. So
Gurriel already swung at the first 2 pitches he's seen in this game.
Astro fans know him well. Here is Yuli Gurriel. Then he sends one sky high to very shallow center field for Myers. He's there. Machado will put the brakes on, and no advancement by anybody. Dig out.
It's all the same, business and baseball. The data gives you the framework in which to go out and compete. Making those key decisions at key moments and then knowing the impact, that's the magic.
Sage is helping business leaders like Hal Ripken Jr. make smarter, faster decisions.
Hold on. Sorry. I wasn't looking at him, and all of a sudden.
Up comes Jose Iglesias. Last time up, grounded into a double play. A little chance in his mind to redeem himself for having that ball go off his glove last inning.
All in.
Fromber just misses inside. 1-0 to the veteran.
I'm Manny Machado right now at third base. I have to be looking for anything in the dirt. Curveball in the dirt.
Fromber's maintained his velocity, having thrown 86 pitches. That was at 95. With a note on Iglesias and how he has owned lefties the last 2 years. In the hole, Pena has it on the run. Perfect throw. Iglesias retired. Peña's been rock solid at shortstop so far tonight, and another ground ball out for that guy right there. Bottom 6 coming up in a 2-2 game on Sunday Night Baseball.
Are you having any fun? What you getting out of living? Who cares for what you've got if you're not having any fun? Are you having any laughs? Are you getting any loving? If other people do, why can't you have a little fun? And have a little fun.
Not feeling the grays but don't want a color? Try Just for Men Control GX Gray Reducing Shampoo. Just shampoo like you do to gradually reduce grays. Now boosted with keratin. Hair looks 2 times thicker to keep you looking your best. Control GX Shampoo.
Celebrate the moment with Ferrero Rocher. Smooth milk chocolate, crunchy hazelnut, lovingly layered and wrapped in gold. Ferrero Rocher.
Subway Cyber Sub Days are here, so we baked up a fresh deal. Buy 1 foot-long sub in the app, get 1 for $1. That's right, but don't wait. This offer ends April 27th. Join Subway MVP Rewards today to get access to this exclusive app deal.
You can trust Royale bathroom tissue for quality and softness, but did you know it's carbon neutral? The Royale brand is part of an organization that plants millions of trees each year in responsibly managed forests. Royale, proudly Canadian.
Unleash your inner lion at Leo Vegas.
Welcome back to Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN, presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet? Along with Eduardo Perez, David Cohen, Buster Olney, I'm Carl Ravitch here. You can stream every out-of-market game live or on demand and get access to MLB Network 24/7 the whole season. Blackout, other restrictions will apply. Visit MLB.tv for more information. New pitcher is now on the mound, which is probably much to the delight of Christian Walker, who is not having to look out there and see Dylan Cease. He struck out twice against sliders, and the sidearm delivery in there for an 85-mile-an-hour strike 1. Yikes. I mean, that looks scary looking at it on the screen.
Yeah. Well, Dylan Cease just was all over the black and just off with this slider tonight.
Alex Jacob is 26 years old, the 2.45 ERA, and that one is in there for a strike. Last 4 outings, scoreless. 5 1/3 inning, 2 scoreless frames, 1 hit allowed Friday night against these Astros, and he has gone 2+ 8 times in his career with an ERA sub-2. Oof, boy, was that made to look foolish. Walker lost right now at the plate. He has struck out 3 times.
That was a nasty changeup right there.
Very.
75 miles per hour, 15-mile-per-hour difference between the fastball. 12-mile-per-hour difference, excuse me.
Well located too on the black at the knees. If you're a righty on a righty and you can throw a changeup down and away like that to the glove side, wow.
That one is over the head of Xander Bogaerts. Victor Caratini on for the first time with a 1-out single.
Slow coming in. Soft going out, but it works.
Hit it like you threw it?
100%.
Been a good night for Jake Myers. He singled and doubled, scored a run. A lot of the pitches K-Zone would have called strikes if they had the opportunity to do so. This one to right. Fernando got a good jump and a sliding play, and he will try to throw, and he made a great throw to first. But getting back is Caratini, and we are seeing full-on display of just how great Fernando Tatis' athleticism is.
There are certain players on the field that make things look extraordinarily easy, and that is one of them right there. Fernando Tatis Jr., what a jump, a slide, and then throw. Oh, wow. Off the left butt cheek.
Yeah, off his tuchus.
Accurate from his tuchus. Boy, is that a slow changeup. 72.
Guys, Martin Maldonado has 15 years in the big leagues, and he told me last night Fernando Tatis Jr. is the best player I've ever played with, and he said, and it's not close. Think about that.
A little jam shot, slow roller. Iglesias has time, and he will throw out Cam Smith. Alec Jacob comes on and very impressively gets through the 6th. 7th coming up.
Hello, Intact Insurance.
My parents heard explosions, and when they got up, the house was on fire.
Yeah, we were broken into. It's a mess.
We had a collapsed pipe, and it caused flooding in our basement.
We can send someone tonight.
If you have any concerns, please call or text me.
With Canada's largest claims team, it's no accident that we can get you back on track faster.
Thanks, guys. You really went above and beyond.
Only Intact answers 2 million claim calls per year within 20 seconds.
I'd do anything.
Surprise! We got a dog.
Aw, new pet? Let's go to PetSmart. We've got literally anything you need. And make life easier with AutoShip, so you never run out. Huh. PetSmart, anything for pets.
Here comes Peter Cottontail, hopping down.
Celebrate the moments with Ferrero Rocher.
Easter's on its way.
Smooth milk chocolate, crunchy hazelnut, lovingly layered and wrapped in gold. Ferrero Rocher.
Domino's new Parmesan Stuffed Crust Pizza tastes like never before. Because Domino's has never had stuffed crust before. Seriously. But we do now, and it's stuffed with melty cheese and topped with garlic seasoning and Parmesan. Try it for the first time tonight. From Domino's.
Here's to sharing a little joy. Little makes a big difference with Dr. Oetker.
When your back hurts, life hurts. Roback's dual action formula relieves pain and relaxes tight muscles. Take back your back with Robax.
When we at Miller Lite set out to brew a light beer, there came a moment of truth. When we had to choose great taste for 90 calories, we chose both. Tastes like Miller time.
Suit up at MLBshop.com. You can get your largest selection there of shirts, caps, there's t-shirts, official jerseys, collectibles, and anything else you can think of under the sun related to the sport of baseball. Gear up with your favorite team. Go to MLBshop.com. Bullpen game now. Taylor Scott on in relief of Framber Valdez. And he will be charged with getting through the bottom, and then they'll turn it over to Tatis here in the 7th of a 2-2 ball game. Strike one on the 81-mile-an-hour slider. Good to see Jacob, man. His change in velocity and that changeup he throws is Bugs Bunny-like. Remember, you see Bugs Bunny throw the changeup and you swing 5 times before it got to the plate.
Absolutely. He was great.
Did see Bugs Bunny. Not SpongeBob, but I did see Bugs.
Ball. 2-1.
Tyler Wade. He hits 8th in this lineup for the Padres, who tonight lost Luis Ariz in the first inning with a major collision at first base. And on a 3-1, he pops up a fastball to Yordan Alvarez. That's a guy you defer to in the outfield. If there's a chance he can get it, let him, so you don't get pancaked. Let's revisit the collision that happened in the first inning. Ariz laid down a bunt, and he and Dupont collided, and you can see Ariz went down, eyes closed immediately. He opened his eyes when he was on the ground soon, but it was an emotional blow for everybody in this ballpark and those at home watching on television. That ball is smoked to center field. Myers going back. This one is trouble. He's there to make the play. A web gem for Myers, and the second great play by the Astros outfielders. First Smith, and now Jake Myers.
You want me to say it again? With Martin Maldonado at the plate, a great play in his first at-bat at first base by the Gold Glover, and this time a short shot, maybe extra bases here for Martin Maldonado, and Myers making a stellar play, throwing his body out there against the wall.
Yep, he knew that wall was coming quick. Here's Tatis with 2 down quickly. He sends another one to deep center. Can Myers get to this one? No, he can't. Touch him all time again for Fernando Tatis. His 8th of the year, and the Padres get a late clutch home run by the superstar Tatis.
That's exactly what he is. And this could be just a prelude of the year of Fernando Tatis Jr. Slider, stays through it, foot down, mini scissor kick, and the flip says it all.
Don't get me overs to him, because that's what happens.
Two long runs for Myers. One of them resulted in a web gem, and the other resulted in a Tatis tater. Padres got a lead thanks to that guy.
Here comes Peter Cottontail, hopping down.
Celebrate the moment with Ferrero Rocher.
Easter's on its way.
Smooth milk chocolate, crunchy hazelnut, lovingly layered and wrapped in gold.
Easter's
Ferrero Rocher.
That's uncomfortable.
Help is on the way with Leon's Price Cuts event. Get savings on everything comfortable for your home.
There you go. Soft upholstery.
Now that's comfortable.
Pretzel crust is back at Little Caesars. It's all Brian can talk about.
It's back!
Yep, soft pretzel crust with cheddar cheese sauce is back.
It's back! It's back! Try delicious pretzel crust at Little Caesars. Still only $8.99.
Hot and ready.
Watching dough rise always fills me with inspiration.
Don't ever look at my savings account. The dough doesn't rise.
BMO has 2 simple ingredients to make your savings rise. Great interest rates and no monthly fees.
Yeah, that would do it all right.
Plus, get a cash bonus for opening a checking and savings account.
So BMO helps your savings grow bigger faster.
Like a triple dose of yeast.
You're hired.
What? No, I wasn't looking for it.
Yes, chef. Yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
BMO.
Maybe. Yeah, I'll just ask. Wondering about Ozempic? Just ask your doctor.
Now you wonder if Fernando Tatis Sr. asked Jr., are you a good hitter today? What the answer would be. He has put on a dazzling show all season and just blasted his 8th of the year to give the Padres a lead. With that, we send it down to Buster as Gavin Sheet steps in.
Fernando, what was your plan going into that plate appearance? What did it feel like off the bat?
Being aggressive, staying on my fastball, hitting a sweeper. I think is one of his pitches, and man, that felt great. To put the boys on front, still a lot of game to play left, but happy. Happy we're on top.
Fernando, thanks. Back to you.
Very good, Buster, and thanks to Fernando, who'll get his glove and go back out to right. He is showing tonight how different and special he is, both defensively and offensively.
And I'd even say proud Canadian. Hey, Canada, I wanted to have a little heart-to-heart with you about, well, your heart. I know, nothing funny here. We're talking cardiovascular disease. If you're at higher risk because of conditions like diabetes or obesity, a talk with your doctor now about prevention is a much better way to go than, you know, the alternative. Your family and friends will be glad you did.
Are you having any fun? What you getting out of living? Who cares for what you've got if you're not having any fun? Are you having any laughs? Are you getting any laughing? If other people do, why can't you have a little fun? And have a little fun.
At Wayfair, we're game for every style.
Let's play charades. I'll act out my favorite chair. Got it. All right, ready?
Yep.
This one rocking chair.
Velvet Top the Chaise Lounger.
This is charades. Loungers are off limits.
Well, there's no rule about adding it to my cart.
It's a great deal.
The Sparrow Swivel Chair. Yes! Boom!
Wow. Not my first charades.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
How's your son, David?
Well, it's been a tough few years for him. He just can't seem to get ahead.
Yeah, we had to pay for Sarah's down payment last year. Things are tough for her, too.
You know what Mark Carney says.
Come on, do you really think that a fourth Liberal term is going to change anything?
You know, I've been thinking the same thing.
Are we really going to give these clowns a fourth term? I'm voting Conservative. There you go.
Yeah, for a change.
Celebrate the moments with Ferrero Rocher.
Easter's on this way.
Smooth milk chocolate, crunchy hazelnut, lovingly layered and wrapped in gold. Ferrero Rocher.
Subway Cyber Sub Days are here, so we picked up a fresh deal. Buy 1 foot-long sub in the app, get one for $1. That's right, but don't wait. This offer ends April 27th. Join Subway MVP Rewards today to get access to this exclusive app deal.
With Deluxe's buy one, get one free, skip the stress and do it for less. Buy one, get one free ends May 5th. Find your local paint store at deluxe.ca.
On Sunday Night Baseball, Fernando Tatis has scored all 3 of the Padres' runs. One of those came in the 3rd after he delivered a triple. Remember, he used that incredible baseball IQ in the 1st to score a run. He caught a ball and threw from his, Coney said, his tuchus. It was a good throw, didn't get the double play, and then he went yard on a 108.8 mile an hour shot that took off like it did from an aircraft carrier. It kept going. And what a season an MVP candidate is having. This one, a little blooper that's going to go foul off the bat of Mauricio Dubon as the Astros would try to answer now. But all the talents have been on display tonight from that guy right there. And they have been all season, but we've seen it all in microcosm during this Sunday night telecast.
Jose Altuve walked up to him during the game last night at second base and just talked to him about how great he's playing, how much he admires what he's doing this year. And he looked at me and said, man, that guy is talented.
That's a universal opinion as Jacob throws another one in there. His four-seam fastball at 86. It's just been the full spectrum of pitching tonight between what we saw with Fromber and Cease. And now a guy that throws 86 and 74.
Tatis has been exactly what his batting gloves have. You see that lightning bolt that's there. Those are the Bruce bolts. Has it also on that sleeve. All that and much more offensively, defensively on the bases. What a weapon.
And guys, we're seeing him thrive at age 26. Earlier in his career, he, of course, was suspended for PEDs. And from what I've been told, the late owner, Peter Seidler, who is so important in Padres history, went to his house and basically told Fernando, okay, it's time to move on. And essentially embraced him and said, everybody makes mistakes, we're going to move forward.
Dubon on the ground. It's fielded cleanly by Bogarts, and Mauricio Dubon is the first man out here in the bottom of the 7th. Best coverage of today's game, the Tatis home run through T-Mobile Multiview. Myers was ready to run through the wall, but he had no chance to catch that one. It looks like Alec Jacobs' night is going to be over. He gets the ball from Mike Shildt. Bullpen back in action. It's been another great weapon for the Padres. We'll see if it can close this one out with one out in the 7th.
Hey, it's your gut instinct. Always one step ahead. I know what's up and who's up. So next time the game's on and it feels game-changing, bet your way with Betway.
Public health care is at the heart of who we are as Canadians. Now we have to fight for it. So elect New Democrats. We'll protect you from cuts and keep fighting for health care for all of us.
Are you having any fun? What you getting out of living? Who cares for what you've got if you're not having any fun? Are you having any laugh? Are you getting any loving? If other people do, why can't you have a little fun? And have a little fun.
Wayday's coming. Wayfair's biggest sale of the year is back. So get excited to get up to 80% off. Ooh, yes. Don't miss out. Shop Wayday starting April 26th.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
They're gonna know.
Nobody will know. It'll just be like when we were rookies. Trust me.
All right.
Hello there. Can I please get a dark roast, an iced coffee, and a pack of Tim's new rookie cards?
Nice.
Okay, Sid, do you also want a few packs?
Yeah, for sure.
Unwrap the early days of your favorite players with Tim's new retrospective rookies hockey cards.
Look at that young fella. Sid the Kid. Vintage.
They should have never given us uniforms if they didn't want us to be an army.
Sale GP lives here.
We're back. Fairly ridiculous numbers for this guy, Jason Adam, who may be the best reliever in bullpen in baseball. His numbers are crazy good, as you saw them, some of them. Generally has been used in the 8th inning. Here we are with one out in the 7th. Changeup way above the strike zone, but it's called a strike against Altuve.
Notice the different styles of throwing from this Padres bullpen, right? Over the top, short arm delivery, a side armor, there's kind of a long armor, just coming out of different windows, different styles. The way the pieces fit together, I think, add to the overall deception that they feature coming out of the pen.
It's a great point. All different pitches as well. The bullpen for San Diego, best ERA.
To speak to Eduardo on that, I know from a pitching standpoint, some of the best pitching staffs I was a part of had that dynamic. A lot of different looks, and I can only imagine it's got to be difficult for hitters to contend with.
There are the pen numbers first in all of them. The K rate. They will allow the ball to be put in play because the defense has been good as Altuve skies one towards the Crawford boxes in left. It's in the corner. It's peeling back, and it's caught out there by Gonzalez. A difficult play as he ranged all the way to the wall and then had to move back into fair territory.
And we saw last week in Boston where the outfielders overran balls like that. Get into that corner right there. Cannot commit to it because that ball will come right back towards the field. One of the most, if you ask me, between left field, center field, and right field, what's the most difficult of the three? Left field, because of that play right there.
So 2 outs in the inning, 1 out for Adam for Paredes.
This park feels like the opposite of Yankee Stadium. Every fly ball to left, you hold your breath.
And one of the big reasons Paredes was so enticing to the Astros is because of that wall.
That's foul.
Yeah, and with that being said, the park overall plays fairly neutral. It's pretty deep in center.
How about that right there? 75 home runs for Paredes in his career. Would have played here his entire career. Could be at 100.
Yeah. Get ready in the Crawford boxes. That is a spinner off the end of his bat. And the stuff of that Padre bullpen continues to be dominant. They got their own version of the Nasty Boys as we head to the 8th in a 3-2 game.
This just in. Same game parlay from Bet365 just keeps getting better.
That's correct. It's now even easier to create your own unique bet. You could choose any market, like hits, run line, totals, home runs. With our same game parlay, the choice is truly yours.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Dove Men Plus Care Whole Body DO protects you everywhere. Here, when you're there. There, when you're here. Even down there. Dove Men Whole Body DO. Care that goes everywhere. Everywhere.
What can you get for $1 these days? A piping hot, delicious pizza. That's what. Buy one pizza and get the second one for $1. Yeah, pizza. For a limited time. Online only at Pizza Hut.
Do you need relief for irritated eyes? Try Soothe preservative-free allergy and dry eye. With the control grip bottle for accurate dosing, Soothe contains hyaluronic acid for soothing hydration, an ectwane which helps form a protective water barrier. Try Soothe.
What was that?
Nothing. Gorilla Super Glue.
Brush for edge-to-edge coverage and nozzle for precise application all in one. For the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
Celebrate the moments with Ferrero Rocher. Smooth milk chocolate, crunchy hazelnut, lovingly layered and wrapped in gold. Ferrero Rocher.
Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet? Manny Machado's got a lot of money in his wallet. So does Tatis. The Padres heavy with superstars. Not so much with depth, but so far this season, so good in spite of some of the injuries that they've dealt with. 15-6. Best record in baseball to start the night. Stephen Okra came on and got the out of Sheets. I'm out. Manny reached on a walk, and then he had a single, ended up on third base in the 6th. He's going to have a banged up toe when he looks at it after this game. Twice hit by foul balls, same at bat. The home run that Tatis hit to dead away center field was a home run at every ballpark but Arizona's.
High wall in center.
Ouch.
You mean to tell me that would have left Fenway?
That's what it says. Center field wall here is 10 feet high. The Crawford box is 19-foot wall. And that goes up 6 feet to 25 in left center field, back down to 10. And then 7 in right field. 3-1. And he gets the call on strike 2, so Manuel will go and have that bat picked up by his teammate Xander. He was ready to take the glove off, fire the bat down. I'm good, going to first. Nope.
Gabe Morales staring daggers at him.
This one is lifted high and deep to left. Myers is right there at the base of the wall to make the play. What a great time of year. NBA playoffs, hockey playoffs. Tonight, 10 o'clock Eastern time, the Wild and Golden Knights get underway. Our Stanley Cup playoff round 1 coverage. Game 1, Golden Knights hosting the Wild at 10 Eastern, right here on ESPN. Did you ever get on skates when you were a kid?
No, I wasn't allowed.
What do you mean you weren't allowed?
Yeah, I was always playing the other big 3 sports, so, you know, we never really learned how to ice skate. I wish I would have. Playing basketball.
You could squeeze some skating in. At some point, you had to make a choice. You chose right. Ripped here by Bogarts, and he's off and running as Jordan goes to the wall. Xander goes to second, and the throw in is not in time. Stand-up double for Xander Bogarts. His 8th of the season.
Last at bat with a single. This one with a double. Catches it out in front. His fastball right down the middle. Supposed to be outside corner, was not. Xander didn't miss it.
Oscar Gonzalez swinging at this. In Canada, they know how to skate, so I was reading somewhere there was going to be a political debate, which they started early so that everybody could watch hockey.
It is so exciting live to go see hockey.
No debate about that, huh?
No, go Canada that way. Gonzalez follows one of the screen.
Played for the Blue Jays, yeah. We saw it firsthand up at Toronto.
So good.
The Maple Leafs are in it. They got the streets, people lined up on the streets, and TVs out in the open in public.
Toronto, Montreal, religion. Country that's embracing baseball, though, at the younger age, too, which has been really cool to see. As Gonzalez whiffs badly on a slider. Little League World Series, the teams from Canada keep getting better and better, winning games in Williamsport. Pitching change here on Sunday night in Houston, trying to keep it a 1-run game in the 8th.
Are you having any fun? What you getting out of living? Who cares for what you've got if you're not having any fun? Are you having any laughs? Are you getting any loving? If other people do, why can't you have a little fun?
Patio furniture already?
It's happening! It's happening! Thousands of spring rollbacks. Spring is in the air.
Totally. I'm sorry.
No.
Allergies.
Yeah.
At No Frills, we're here to help you save money.
Didn't I just see you buy these?
Good thing they're a good price.
Savings too hot to handle. It's the no frills thing to do.
Domino's new Parmesan stuffed crust pizza tastes like never before. Because Domino's has never had stuffed crust before. Seriously. But we do now, and it's stuffed with melty cheese and topped with garlic seasoning and Parmesan. Try it for the first time tonight. From Domino's.
I'd do anything.
Surprise! We got a dog.
Aw, new pet? Let's go to PetSmart. We've got literally anything you need. And make life easier with AutoShip, so you never run out. PetSmart, anything for pets.
Breaking news and a surprise contender in the marathon.
Yes, Rachel, someone has caught up to the front. He's carrying a fridge.
Something remarkable has just happened. Talk about keeping your eye on the ball. What's happening courtside? From half court. He got it.
I can't believe what I'm seeing. Over to baseball. Richmond's going to win.
There's no way. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Yuli Gurriel is up, and he is going to try to give the Padres a little extra insurance. Logan Van Way now on the mound for the Houston Astros. And with 2 outs here in the 8th, we were told and tipped off to the story. Steve Sparks, of course, one of the Astros announcers, about Yuli Gurriel and his brother Lourdes Gurriel. When they defected from Cuba, they were hidden in a remote home in Haiti. And they had to be hidden for a couple of weeks while the visas were being sorted out, but they were told, do not wander from where you're being hidden. The only place they could go to was a small winding path from their place toward the water on the 2-0. And it's 3 balls and no strikes. So don't go anywhere, but there's a path you can take. And one day when they were out walking on the path, they bumped into another who had defected from Cuba. He had come from his own hiding spot, but he shared the same path to get to the water. They'd never met him before. And for the first time, they realized that they had met Yordan Alvarez. How about that story for the Gurriels and Yordan Alvarez?
And it's pretty cool because Yordan Alvarez was just a young kid about to sign with the LA Dodgers, but the Gurriels are so famous in Cuba, and everybody wondered, you know, where are they? Nobody knew that they were in Haiti. And they saw Alvarez, and Alvarez just told them, no he visto nada. I haven't seen a thing. Don't worry about it. And lo and behold, all 3 still impacting this league in a major way.
Gurriel's dad, famous, of course, in Cuba, but world famous for what he was able to do on the baseball field. We're set for Iglesias after that walk from Van Way. And Jose sends it back up here.
That ball almost hit Steve Sparks. Who led us into the story.
And then you kind of confirmed that, right? With Yuli told you the whole story.
Yes, he did.
High at 90 from Van Way. We are located right behind home plate in our Sunday night broadcast booth. And here is our buddy Steve Sparks. Wealth of information and insight. Phenomenal at his job. Great guy. And of course, a very good major league pitcher when he was there as Iglesias fouls one off.
I'm not sure.
He's a great guy to be on his email list.
Right.
Because he sends his scouting reports out to the opposing broadcasters every time you come into town. Got a breakdown of every pitcher.
Wait, you get Mark Grant, and you also get Sparks' emails?
You're not on that email list?
No! What is this, the Pitchers Association?
It is, definitely.
Iglesias beats it into the ground. Walker fields it, and he will race to first for the 3rd out. It's Chat GPT. Get pitcher terms. That's what GPT is, and Cody is dialed into it.
Visa uses state-of-the-art fraud protection worldwide. So no matter where in the world you are, you can be the traveler you want to be. With trusted security right by your side.
Domino's new Parmesan Stuffed Crust Pizza tastes like never before. Because Domino's has never had stuffed crust before. Seriously. But we do now, and it's stuffed with melty cheese and topped with garlic seasoning and Parmesan. Try it for the first time tonight. From Domino's.
Allergy symptoms. You feel terrible. You look terrible. Your nose drips like a faucet. You can't stop itching and clawing at your eyes. Everyone around you thinks you're contagious, so you're constantly explaining they're just allergies. Thankfully, there's Reactin. It acts fast and lasts 24 hours. Reactin. Serious about allergies.
It's time to grow your business. Create a website. How? GoDaddy. Coding? Nah. But all that writing? Nope. AI. Done. Built.
Let's get to work.
Create a beautiful website in minutes with GoDaddy.
Blackmail on day 1?
Not good.
Let's celebrate!
Let go. No.
Yeah, the NBA playoffs are here. And it's about to be ridiculous, unbelievable, unfair, downright nasty. Straight up, can't miss, don't blink, grab your popcorn and strap in cinema. This isn't about who's next. This is about who's now. This time is different. The NBA playoffs on TSN.
Diamondbacks by a score of 3-2. The Phillies lost to the Marlins 7-5. So they'll be looking for bounce backs a week from tonight, 7 o'clock Eastern time, the friendly confines. We'll see the Phillies and the Cubs get together on baseball Sunday night game of the week. Baseball tonight, Sunday night countdown will start at 6 o'clock Eastern time right here on ESPN. One-run game. Here's Alvarez in a big spot. We'll start him off with a slow sweeper at 76. From Jason Adam, who came on the 7th, and now will try to get through the 8th. Alvarez, Pena, Walker. Good rip, but you can see that changeup fading away from the lefty, which took the meat of the barrel away from Alvarez and that baseball. Now you're set up 0-2. Or more. Alvarez, Alonso, Schwarber, Ohtani, and Judge. A who's who of home run hitters as Alvarez fouls another one back.
Yeah, that'd be a good home run hitting contest right there, right?
We'd sign up for that group.
Does Pete Alonso have 30 already? It feels like it.
What a start to the year.
One-two.
Outfield playing very deep. Yordan Alvarez at the plate.
Native of Omaha, Nebraska, Adam fires, and Alvarez hits it. And they were playing up the middle. Yordan thrown out. Frustrating night for Yordan Alvarez. Hitless on the night. Here's Pena, who ripped a double his second time up. Really good pitch. You can see that ball and a spin on it. A sweeper in there for a strike. Brian King getting loose in the Astros pen. Adams just throws kitchen sink at you as well. He really burst out of the scene when he was with the Rays. In that 2023 year, 56 appearances, a sub-3 ERA at 69 strikeouts, 12 saves, and 54 innings. This is not 99 either.
No, I mean, it's 5 different pitches from a reliever.
Right.
Just unheard of, really. Occasional four-seamer, just for show. Can get it up to 94, 95.
Yep.
Change-up, slider, sweeper, cutter. Everything moves.
It's amazing. You know, you get to the 8th inning and 9th inning, you expect somebody to come in and throw 100. Like, that's what they all do. And he is absolutely not that guy. And yet he's got an 0.79 ERA. As Pena swings, this one gets away. Maldonado will fire. Not in time. And a break for the Astros. And maybe that's what Houston needs tonight.
Got to catch a break somewhere. Really good spinner. Maldonado does not get down to block it, tries to backhand it. That's what he's disappointed with himself. He knows that's unacceptable from his angle. Tries to throw him out, but Pena.
Take a look at some of the information here, Coney. 3-inch less break than average, but the vertical was 8 inches more. You could see, take another look at that replay, the reaction when he swung of Pena. His lips were suggesting like, I had no chance on that.
Yeah, but it had so much drop on it, as we showed in that graphic, that Maldonado thought he was going to get there in the air. That's kind of why he reached. He misread it.
Azo 3D Plus brought to you by Sage. That's the official finance software partner of Major League Baseball. Take another look at the face of Pena. Eddie, you ever have this on a swing? Watch his mouth. He's like, I got zero. Watch.
Every other night, Carl.
No chance.
Every other night during my baseball career when I faced a righty.
It's like, what was that? Look, like, oh, God. Oh, I can go.
Another strange rule in baseball. You strike out and you get to go to first base.
Go to first. Rubs every pitcher the wrong way.
I struck him out.
3 strikeouts on the night for Christian Walker. Is this a chance for him to redeem against Adam? First pitch, sky high, pop up on the infield. Xander lets it drop. They will get the out in second.
That is smart right there. You're trading the speed of Pena for Walker at first base, and now you can play the outfield. Not too deep with Caratini coming up.
They'll bring in a pinch runner as well for Walker.
I love the reaction of the crowd.
Right.
When it hits the ground.
Like, oh. Chas McCormick is now the pinch runner at first base. Here we go. So a hockey game, Wild and Golden Knights, starting on ESPN2. That broadcast follows the conclusion of this game. But ESPN2 will have the coverage from the puck drop. Runner goes McCormick. Here's the throw. And he's in there as the ball is off his back. So into scoring position goes Chas McCormick with a stolen base.
There's hesitation in Adams' delivery right then and there that you're able to get. It's step and a half before he even delivers the baseball. Had to have been a perfect throw on the bag to even have a remote chance.
Good count here for Caratini, 2-0. A little blooper will get the tying run in. So Tatis is licking his chops at a chance to throw out a runner at home. Boy, that is the second awkward swing that we have seen by an Astro hitter. Very awkward.
It's not so much the speed. It's in the upper 80s. It's a late movement that he gets on that pitch.
Can I add deception to all of that, too, with the delivery?
Absolutely.
Here we go. It disappears. The ball disappears out of the hand of Adam. It has all year, and it's doing it tonight.
Wade playing a shallow center field. It's Victor Caratini.
No homers this year for Caratini. On a 2-2 from Adam with McCormick at second. Makes contact, but it's a souvenir into the seats in the third base side. Just feels like he puts you in a sleeper hold. He's gone. Nasty sweeper from Adam, who does it again. And the best bullpen in baseball is shining on a Sunday night.
He throws balls that look like strikes and strikes that look like balls.
Wear the red dress, wear the wings, be a good girl. They should have never given us uniforms if they didn't want us to be an army.
If you want to fight, then let's fight together.
What's happening?
Rebellion.
Golf's major moments come alive on TSN.
Yes! Pure domination.
Witness the history and drama on the game's signature stages as the biggest stars in golf look to cement an everlasting legacy.
McIlroy has his masterpiece. That moment you've dreamt of so many times becomes a reality.
Now more than ever, Canadians need to know where our leaders stand. Tariffs, job security, sovereignty, an election like never before. Now more than ever, CTV News delivers a Canadian voice with perspective that cuts through the clutter, focusing on the stories that affect us all, connecting you to Canada's most trusted news, wherever you are. CTV News, now more than ever.
To all of these men, I want to say that football is not just a game, but a way of life. In that each man must make a personal commitment to excellence and to victory. And it still must be wooed with all of one's might and all of one's effort. This is what I believe football is all about. This is why it's a great game.
Back here on a Sunday night, your team, your players, baseball, your way. It's all about you at home. Get personalized highlights and push notification just for YOU. You included. Wake up, download the MLB app today. A hot dog? What do we got? A sandwich? See what he was dressed as? Coney late to the look. What is that?
That's a mustard right there.
Yeah, mustard and hot dog. What's the green is relish?
It's Chicago relish, isn't it?
That's got to be something his grandmother gave him. Yeah.
0-1 ranging to his left, fielding, and a difficult play made by Isaac Paredes.
It's a really nice play going across your body. The range right here, you're playing even with the bag. You get the hop. Now you have to square yourself up. Does that, throwing off the right foot.
One man down. Maldonado, Inato, and then Tatis due up. Ball.
Watch Fernando Tatis right here. The exit velocity 108, slider dead middle, but look where he hits it, out front of the plate, and he's standing deeper in the box this year.
Donato center field, and that's going to get down in front of Myers. Martin Maldonado hit a ball that wasn't caught. And he scolded it a few times tonight.
Yeah, that's 2 hits for Martin Maldonado in the evening, and the 2 hardest hit balls that he got were both caught, as he said. But it puts it all in place now for Fernando Tatis Jr., who's had a wonderful evening.
Zach DeZenzo is now at first base instead of Walker. Now here's Tatis, who scored all 3 runs for the San Diego Padres. First pitch for Brian King is in for ball 1.
Look where the contact points have been for Fernando Tatis as the years have progressed, because he's moved back on the plate. Still hitting it out in front, but just giving himself more time to be able to do it. And the breaking pitch are the pitches that he's recognizing, and he's been able to get it. Has he swung and missed at some fastballs? Yes. But this has been a breaking ball league, and he's not missing those.
That's a good pitch right there. He snibbled on the corner, and King's got the last 2 calls.
By the way, I want some of those batting gloves.
Those are sweet. And those are a great graphic. I mean, you hear so many hitters talk about letting the ball travel. Don't jump. Don't roll over. That graphic shows you.
Strike 3. Perfect pitch for King as he went outside, then down to send Tatis to the bench. Impressive against that guy the way he's going tonight.
Pitched backwards on him, meaning all fastballs instead of going with the off speed. What fastball again down in the zone? Sometimes you just have to tip your cap.
Got a lot of plate.
One to Gavin Sheets, who's put together a really strong start to this season, hitting .339, couple of homers, 11 runs batted in. That one didn't break nearly enough. Forget the hockey on ESPN2 on a 1-1 to Sheets. He checked his swing, and it's a called strike. Out of play. Center field, Myers a few steps back, still now settles underneath it to make the play. Bottom 9 coming up on Sunday night. Myers, Smith, and Dubon. And trying to put the nail in the coffin. When leading after 7, they're 13-0. Suarez has already got 8 saves, looking for 9 when we come back.
Wear the red dress, wear the wings. Be a good girl. They should have never given us uniforms if they didn't want us to be an army.
If you want to fight, then let's fight together.
What's happening?
Rebellion.
Golf's major moments come alive on TSN.
Yes! Your domination.
Witness the history and drama on the game's signature stages as the biggest stars in golf look to cement an everlasting legacy.
McIlroy has his masterpiece. That moment you've dreamt of so many times becomes a reality.
Now Now more than ever, Canadians need to know where our leaders stand. Tariffs, job security, sovereignty, an election like never before. Now more than ever, CTV News delivers a Canadian voice with perspective that cuts through the clutter, focusing on the stories that affect us all, connecting you to Canada's most trusted news wherever you are. CTV News, now more than ever.
To all of these men, I want to say that football is not just a game, but a way of life. And that each man must make a personal commitment to excellence and to victory. And it still must be wooed with all of one's might and all of one's effort. This is what I believe football is all about. This is why it's a great game.
Next week, we'll be in the friendly confines. Phillies and the Cubs will start with baseball tonight, Sunday night countdown at 6 Eastern right here on ESPN. Jesse Rogers already got a pickleball game set up for me on Sunday morning. I believe there's a coach involved, maybe an umpire. Yeah. Looking forward to that. Sunday morning, Chicago pregame to get warmed up as we warm up for the bottom of the ninth with that guy, Robert Suarez, with zeros in the ERA column. 9 games, he's got 8 saves. And it's a 3-2 lead for San Diego. Last night the Astros won 3-2. Myers, Cam Smith, and Dubon 7, 8, and 9 for Houston. They entered Sunday 10 up, 10 down. Missed with a sinker at 98. Myers a good night. Single, double, scored a run. One of 2 they scored in the 5th to tie it at 2. They flew out to right.
That's nasty.
98 to 89, and the helmet almost flew off.
Right there from a closer. Reminds me of that Trevor Hoffman type changeup. Used to close for many years, the Hall of Famer for the San Diego Padres.
Here we go.
A change up at 90 for the 2024 All-Star. His first 5 outings, he did not allow a hit. Will stay at the plate, and he will stay at the plate as well with a foul ball.
You're right, Jake. You need a minute.
So all in all, 6 straight outings without giving up a hit. He was the first Padre to begin a season like that. The fastball's been terrific, 1 for 17 opposing hitters. That's an .059 average. Right there, 100 miles an hour coming in on your hands.
Yes, perceived velocity is probably like 105 there after that changeup.
Different looks from every pitcher.
His is more conventional, his style, a little more of a long arm, high 3/4 delivery.
He's what you'd expect a closer to be. The ground, that's a foul ball. The San Diego closer, man, you gotta have a changeup, don't you? You have to.
Yeah, but when you throw 100 miles per hour and you're throwing it 4 of the 6 pitches that Myers is saying.
Well, Trevor Hoffman didn't throw 100.
I'm not saying it's your go-to pitch, but you gotta have a changeup in the mix.
Yes. Trevor Hoffman had a parachute changeup.
Yes, he did.
He pulled the ripcord on that one. Suarez more of a power changeup. Tip your cap, time.
They've been doing a lot of that against this bullpen. A lot of tipping of the caps.
I mean, not only 100, but 100 right there.
Yeah.
At that spot.
Cam Smith gets his first ever look at Suarez. Starts him with a changeup. 1-0. Certainly stay tuned to SportsCenter post-game of the hockey and all day to get the latest updates. ESPN.com on Luis Arraez, who left after that collision first inning of this game, taken to a hospital. Smith fouls one off. In stable condition, ability to move all of his extremities, alert, aware. Very, very emotional, scary scene here. And thankfully, the news tonight appears to be trending in the right direction for Luis Arraez. Smith taking big hacks at it at 99. I mean, Eddie, you got to start your swing right when he's about to let the ball go, right?
Well, you still have to recognize it. You have to stay as compact as you can. If you try to swing as hard as he's throwing it, that's when you get yourself into trouble. That's where the changeup comes into play.
What was the old saying? Slow feet, quick hands.
Slow feet, quick hands. Try to keep that head as still as possible, because once you start to try to overswing, you attack too much, and that 100, as your head moves forward, becomes not only the perceived velocity, but even more velocity coming at you. Great take.
Yeah, good at bat here. 3-2 for the rookie. Rainer Diaz has come to the on-deck circle for Houston. What do you think you do here, Cody? Go with the 100 or you go with change?
I go with 100. Do not walk him.
Rainer caught over there at first base by Yuli Gurriel as Smith throws his arms up in defeat. A diving play by Yuli to prevent a hit.
Great at bat.
Great at bat. Excellent play. Watch Yuli Gurriel. Viejo. Who? Me? No. Great play. Rook. Cam. That's how they play in the big leagues.
That's exactly what you're getting at. And that was a heck of an at-bat against a superior closer as Ruben Niebla, with Rainer Diaz coming up as a pinch hitter, kind of go over some of those elements you got to be aware of with him.
We were talking to Ruben a little before the game. He said that most of his relievers don't like to use the pitch count, and that when the game speeds up, a lot of times they end up not getting to the right pitch because there's not enough time because of the pitch clock. He said that's one of the casualties on his pitching staff, is that sometimes they don't get the right sequencing of pitching going because they get run up against the pitch clock. I thought that was pretty interesting. I'm a very thoughtful pitching coach, obviously.
For sure. Another guy that the Astros eventually will have to get going consistently to be a competitive team this season. Diaz swings late at 101 for strike one. 0 for 4 last night. But Friday night, 2 for 4. All out. Away.
Yeah, one of the reasons I like his fastball in this situation with a 1-run lead, if you hang the changeup, it's in the Crawford boxes. So even Smith would have only had a double on the 3-2 fastball. So stay away. Right there. You can throw your changeup, you better miss down with it. If you don't, you speed up the bat.
There it is, another fastball at 101 to end it and give the Padres their 16th win of the season against only 6 losses. Awfully impressive start for Cease and a bullpen that shut them down. Tatis here tonight with his effort. For Eduardo Perez, David Cohn, and our entire spectacular crew behind the scenes, I'm Carl Rabbit saying so long from Houston.